And we are live. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday evening. Hope you all are having a good weekend so far. Josh here with the Weekend Angler. I got my daughter Caitlin with me. We are driving. We're running a little bit behind tonight. We had everything set up, and then we couldn't find a couple necessities for a live stream. So back to the house we went, and she and I poured through the house, but found what we were looking for. And it just put us about 10 minutes, maybe 15 behind schedule. So we are in the truck driving to the lake. Got Mr. Jerry Parker of Parker Pursuits in here with us tonight, and supposed to maybe have one more coming here in just a minute, but it may be special guest, surprise guest, however you want to word it there. So we got 9 people watching already. I see Brian B. Catfish and channel member was the first one in here. Said, "Let's go."
Live B.
Got at Mr. Avid Fisherman, another Illinois fisherman with me. Mr. Wabash Nate, Catfish Junkie, Bank Fishing Adventures. There's Lance McCoo, the cool guy, Hawaiian fisherman. Hope you're doing good, Lance. Pontoon Jody Catfishing says catch a fish. We're gonna try tonight. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of bait, but we're gonna give it a shot. Avid, we are headed to Crab Orchard more so just because it's the closest one to my house. I could be there in under 10 minutes. So James, hey, there's James Allball. Hey, buddy. So we're getting ready to. We are actually already on the road. We're getting ready to take off and get where we're going. I think we might try a different spot than usual tonight, but I'm not 100%. The problem is, even though I found the tablet is only at 7%. It was absolutely dead when I found it tonight, which means I left it in the truck and left it on and that kind of stuff. So we usually fish one spot, but signal's always kind of questionable there unless we use that tablet. So just planning a crappie trip down there to Kincaid. Kincaid's supposed to be a good crappie lake. I have never tried it for crappie.
It's amazing.
I have barely fished that lake. I've had the boat on it a whopping one time. I have fished the Kincaid spillway more than I have fished the actual lake. So, oh wait, no, I can't say that. I've had the boat on there about 2 or 3 times, but only one time did we catch a fish. So we were bass fishing then at weird, odd times of the year to try to be bass fishing. So 25 people watching already. Guys, if you get a moment, take a moment to hit that thumbs up button. That helps me out there on that YouTube algorithm. Helps get me in front of people that maybe never seen me before. And so it's Halloween season. It's good to scare people. So hit that thumbs up. And somebody come up and see me and they'll get scared because it's Halloween and we'll go from there. But they get to see Parker too. So you never know what Parker's going to do other than the man has been putting some hogs up on the bank here lately.
Yeah, I just had a real good hit a second ago.
See, it don't take long with Jerry Parker. I sent the link out to Mr. Lyle Stokes. He's got admin access on my StreamYard. So if Lyle wants to jump in or if he's able to jump in, then he can help do the whole screen and everything. There's Mikey Greenwell Fishing. I really wanted to go over his way tomorrow and fish that tournament. They got a local tournament going on, but I thought it was supposed to go on today. I didn't know they'd postponed it, so I didn't even worry about working on some stuff that needs worked on before we go fishing any big tournaments. And then I found out late this afternoon that they postponed it till tomorrow, but I still don't have the stuff ready. So that might have to be this week's project. Christina's out of town. She's enjoying Florida this week. And so Caitlin and I have the house to ourselves. There's 922 crappie barbecue, crappie day fish on. Fish with Steve Mosley in here too? Yep, there's fishing with Steve Mosley. That man's dangerous when it comes to panfish. He's got the target on his back for the Panfish Nation tournament. Somebody just said something. Just Danny Stone says he run into a bunch of something. I don't know what. I'm not able to pull it up. So we don't have a whole lot of bait tonight, guys. We Caitlin and I threw the net a couple times today, and it was one of those days where it was you throw the net and get one fish. Then you throw the net and you get one fish. And we never got more than one most of the time. So I think we got two at one point, she's telling me, but not a good bait day. They were far enough out you could see them jumping and flipping. And if we'd had a boat out there, we could have loaded the boat up with them. But didn't happen. Let's see here, Wolf Creek Road. Yeah, 45. Ooh, 35 bluegill. Those channel cats will eat skipjack. Yeah, you know what? I've never gotten them to do it, Mikey. They will if it's something they. If you're fishing in fishing in a body of water where they've seen a skipjack, I'd see it. But we've used them out here at Crab Orchard and never got a stinking bite on those things. And skipjack are just too precious to waste on if they ain't going to bite them. So we're going to roll with what we got. Which means probably we're going to go out here with not a lot of bait, and we're going to end up just absolutely slamming these fish because that's about how it goes. But
you got your throw net with you, Josh?
I do have a throw net with me, so we could always give it a shot and see if we can.
Them bluegill might moved up tight to the bank, being dark now,
Yeah, to tell you what, we got that half moon tonight, and it's kind of hazed over a little bit. So there's River Cat's tackle.
Hey, John, what's going on?
And let's see here. If I've missed anybody, it's not deliberate. I'm, like I said, guys, I am driving and trying to make it to the lake. I don't think you're really supposed to drive while you're doing this, but it works. There's Fields to Water. Oh, Chad. With the eyeballs. Parker, where are you fishing? Avid wants to know.
I am on the Mississippi.
Parker's on the Mississippi River, the mighty Mississippi, which has not been so mighty here lately. It's been kind of low. See if we can. All right. I was kind of going back and forth where I was going to fish at, and I didn't make my turn that I wanted, so that kind of narrows it down. We're going to the other spot. Last time we were out here, the boat ramp was lit up pretty well, so that'd be kind of nice.
Boy, it is a big difference from last night. It was flat out chilly last night out here.
It's dropped to maybe 73, 74 this afternoon, right there towards dinner time when Caitlin and I got out. Caitlin and I, we got the house, like I said, we got the house to ourselves. Christina's gone. John's at my in-laws for the week, and they're fishing with the Chad. Member for 21 months. Said, "Love me some Cash MacGyver." Man, I tell you what, I, it's not so good. That one, I like that. Catfish MacGyver. Give me just a second, guys, because I don't think I have a signal going on there. There we go. It caught up. All right. Yes, we do got a fishing show going on tonight. We got Parker already fishing. Caitlin and I are making our last turn before we'll be to our fishing hole. We're liable to get out here and have to turn around. And sometimes there's some boneheads out here at nighttime. It's cool. That'd be cool too. Let's find us a spot here. Yep. At the spot. So give me just a moment, and we will we'll get everything unloaded, and we'll get this. Hello, Nightbot. Thank you for joining us, Nightbot.
Yeah, folks, I ended up coming to a different section of the river I've been fishing for about the last week or so. I've been fishing some really, really shallow water and been getting on some really good fish, but I don't get no signal there, none at all. So I came to this other spot. I'm in some really deep water tonight. We had a couple high pressure days in a row, and I'm kind of rolling the dice and thinking maybe some of these fish may have move back into this deeper water. At least this type of fish I'm looking for, anyway. I apologize, y'all. I can't see chat, but Josh will be set up here in a little bit. He can uh, communicate with y'all. Yeah, I got the old Mad Cats out with some river cat tackle hooks on there with some carp and some skipjack. But I'll be honest, the skipjack has not been producing for me lately. It's been the carp and the buffalo, at least on the better quality fish, is what the has been getting it done for me. But with that being said, I've been throwing some really, really big baits. All right. While waiting on Josh, I'm gonna get my last rod rigged up. Guys, it is an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous night. I want to get out here. I worked 12 hours today, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm friggin' exhausted. But next week, we got some weather coming in. It's gonna be down in the 30s most every morning. And the nights are gonna start getting really, really chilly. So this might be one of the last nights I really get out super hot and heavy after dark, because I firmly believe once that water temperature starts dropping really fast, it's going to transition more over to a daytime bite. But also, I'm going to take a couple of weeks, kind of a step away from fishing a bit to get after some deer. Our whitetail rut is coming up quick, and I'm going to try to get out and see if I can put the smack down on a big old buck. That's literally the only thing I'm more passionate about than chasing these big old cats and chasing them big old bucks. Come on now. I got one hitting this one rod right here, boy. He's just tapping the crap out of it. I think I got a dinky on that one. That's actually one of them. I've got a skipjack head on. And you keep fooling around on it. So it's either a dink or a gar. Besides bait I got on it, I don't think so. I don't know.
Hey, don't be in the way of the thing, honey. Oops. That. All right. There we go. Just getting set up here. Parker, you getting hooked up yet?
I got one beating the crap out of a skipjack head, but I'm pretty sure it's a little dinker.
Ah,
2 rods with skipjack, 3 with carp, and I'm getting ready to rig up another rod with a big chunk of carp.
nice.
And I did have one of the carp rods. It got smacked pretty good, but didn't commit.
I see Telly Lee in here with us. I saw Greg Burgess said he's said from Louisiana. Hello, weekend angler. Good to see you. And Parker Pursuits just joined your channel. Cool. Thanks.
Oh, awesome.
We got everything going here. We're gonna start getting set up. Here. Yeah, I think there might be another. All right, turn that flashlight off. Don't burn up the battery. Oh no, there's screw. Look up. I got hooks out here, baby. Don't be running out forth between there. That's a good way to get a hook in you. And that's going to be a bad night. All right. With the shad. All right. And because we don't have a lot of bait tonight, we're going to cut smaller pieces. And we're going to be using all the buckets. Get our first one out. All right, you're on pole patrol. Oh, what your pawpaw used to call it. There's that there. Oh. Oh, that's a shad head tonight, guys.
There you go. It's hard to beat shad on crab orchards, so.
All right, we got one rod left. We're going to put a live bluegill on that one. That's called a Hail Mary pass right there.
Yeah, I wish I could have. Like I said, I worked 12 hours today, man. I didn't get a chance. I would have loved to got some live bait because this is actually a pretty decent flathead spot too.
We don't have any big bluegills. We hit. Whoop. Back here. Live bluegill. Lines out. Whoa. Blinding myself with the green light. What, babe?
Second one.
Yeah, second one already moving.
Uh-oh.
There's something.
Caitlin, first one's got a live bluegill, so he's going to go crazy.
Caitlin's like a bird dog. She's on that.
Oh, she don't mess around. I have learned my lesson about arguing with her before on this. I told her once before that she was snagged. And took the rod. I actually went as far as taking a rod away from her one time. I said, "You're snagged. That's not a fish." And I took the rod away. And that's in a video with her going, "Dad, it's not snagged. There's something heavy on there." And she was right. It was a PB blue cat for her. So she is on it. You want this chair, Caitlin? There you go, babe. You're still on pole patrol. So hey, if you sit back away from that green light a little bit, the bugs will all stay at that green light and they'll leave us alone. That's the nice thing about it.
I haven't had a bug show up yet. I got
can y'all see the? It looks like looks like the rods are showing up.
Yeah, they're showing up real good, buddy.
Look like green. Look like a lightsaber.
I would be a little closer to my rods. I've got my rods scattered all over this freaking bank.
Oh, that's what I figured. You would plant them up and down the bank. Let me try to see if I can't get my tablet to. Oh, well, that wasn't that bluegill going crazy, Caitlin. That bluegill's already got something's attention. So keep an eye on that. Get a flathead bite. We'll let him bite. Let him double the rod over. Because if you try to jump the gun on him, all you're going to do is get disappointed. All right, we'll let the tablet charge up a little bit. We'll keep an eye on there. Let's look at chat. There's Telly from Hooks and Hammocks. Oh, Rick Burgess. 36 folks watching. Thank you all for joining us on a Saturday night. Still waiting on one more surprise guest. I think he's on his way. Parker's making a move. Let's see here. There we go. You got to watch Parker. You never know. He's been putting some absolute hogs on the bank here lately. Can you all hear me and everything all right? I just want to make sure because we're at a spot that we don't normally fish. So I want to make sure we're not having signal issues. So far, it looks like we're all right. But you know what the good thing is, Caitlin? We don't have a scale with us. So if we catch a fish, we have no clue what he weighs. We'll just have to guess.
Man, I just ordered a Mad Cat's just come out with a brand new scale. Supposed to be super, super heavy duty. Locks in super easy. I just ordered it. I was hoping it would be here by the day.
Oh, nice. I need to order me one and keep it in the truck. I just need to order a scale. It don't really even matter what one because I go back and forth. I like my Whisker Seeker scale. Don't get me wrong. I like it. But
it's so hard. But it's like really big fish to get it to lock in.
To get it to lock in. It don't want to lock. You put a fresh set of batteries in it, it'll lock in pretty quick. But after you've weighed a couple fish, it don't want to lock in no more.
And I've got another scale that goes up to like 300 pounds, but it's on the fritz.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we have as far as I know, we don't have any catfish grips with us tonight. We don't have any scale. I said we were running to get everything in here. Hey, there's Annette's catfishing. Hello, Annette.
Annette?
Avid said he needs a scale that locks in. It sounds like that Mad Cat's might be the way to go once Jerry's had a chance to mess with that. There we go. Now we can see them. What'd you say, babe? Mark Barnum said he bought a rig wrap scale. That might be a neat one to check out too. I like their other products. Kelly wants the link. All right, give me just a moment and I can do that. Let me see if I can get the tablet to turn on. Tablet says it's at 22%. That should be enough to get it to boot up. All right, tablet's starting up. See, it's starting Android. Look at that, the boneheads. This is it. Let's see here. When is this catches up? Okay, Danny said he'll. Well, I just gave away who's coming, but he said he ran into some undesirables, a bunch of undesirables, we should say. So he said he was going to a different spot.
Okay. Yeah. Don't be needing all that.
No, we don't need any trustees of modern chemistry in our lives. So.
Well, I mean, the only thing Danny's like to me and you, we both carry a little enforcement with us, but
Yeah, you know what? That's a nice thing. We've moved into. It's cool enough to wear a jacket or a long sleeve shirt outside of your regular shirt. So it's moved into snub nose season. So whole lot easier to mess with and does the job perfectly if you had to. All right. So Kelly Lee, you have the link. If anybody else want the link, let's see here. See where Lyle's at. He just woke up. Go figure.
Good Lord, freaking barge is blinding me.
Oh man, I tell you what, we had one night down at Olmsted that just kept spinning that spotlight around. And I mean, you'd be sitting there and he'd light you up with the spotlight, and about he'd turn it off about 10 minutes, you'd get your night vision back and he'd light you up again.
Well, that's one thing, especially with this complex light. It's just, I don't know if it's just curiosity or what, but every time I'll get hit every time.
And I had a big light out that night. I didn't even think about that. They may just be wondering what the heck's over there, you know. We got 3 rods out. 2 of them with shad. The 2 on the right are shad. The one on the left is live bluegill, and it had a little bit of action right when we first put him out, and he ain't moved since. So That bluegill might be just getting settled in down there, and he's just going to hang out until something comes up and aggravates him. Randall Rhino, hey buddy, good to see you in here. We got 37 people watching. If you haven't taken, oh, number 2's being hit, isn't it? Just watch him. Let him double it over. That's the good thing about circle hooks. We could sit back and watch and just let them load that rod up, and when they load that rod up, they're good and hooked. He's on it. Caitlin is an asset anytime we go fishing. She watches those rods she's like a hawk. I'll get distracted or I'll be looking at something and she dad, you know, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that's the bad thing about a lot of times going live. I can't tell you how many times I've been talking to chat. All of a sudden I turn around and the rod it's ripped over, you know?
Oh yeah, that's right. You know, night like tonight where you can see my rods, everybody in chat has a job. If I start running my mouth and not pay attention to a rod, you all got to put in there. Evan said he going fishing at Horseshoe Lake tomorrow. He going to one up by him, I bet. Hey, there is channel member Mark from Catfish and Crappie. He said, hello, Josh and Jerry. Hello, Mark.
What's going on, Mark?
Good to see you, buddy. I'm surprised. You know, I'm honestly surprised Mark isn't fishing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the weather is up there, but yeah, it's definitely. But unfortunately, I know his flathead season is rapidly coming to an end.
Yeah, his should be pushing towards the end there, but you know, I think Mark got central heat and central air put in that boat of his, so he can fish year round.
Boy, the night before last, one of the Madcap Pro staff guys caught a 121 pounder out of Kerr Lake.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's sweetest day I went out with the wife. Okay, yeah, nothing wrong with that. That one bit there, Mark. My wife's in Panama City, Florida. So aside from her trying to call me at 6:30 this morning when she was she dropped her phone in the water or something last night. She was trying to get her phone all set, ended up calling me, ringing me at 6:30 in the morning. Needless to say, she didn't get an answer. She got that little red swipe button that says, nope, I ain't answered a call this time of morning. I did that one to you, Jerry, last Sunday morning.
Yeah, me and Rich were in a pinch trying to find. We were looking everywhere trying to find a boat ramp. Couldn't find one, you know.
I had been up till like 2:30 in the morning and gone to bed about 2:30, and you know how you don't just go straight to sleep.
No.
And it's like 5 something, and Jerry's calling my phone, and I'm like, nope, I'm incoherent at this point. I'm just going to swipe it and go.
My goofy butt last night. I mean, I had to work today. I fished till like, around 10:30, so I made it like after 11:30 when I got home, and I had to be up at 3:30 a.m.
Oh, man. So. Hey, there's Michael. Michael Creech says, good evening, fellas. Hello, Michael.
Creech?
Hey, this is a surprise guest, even to me. We've got the Hooks and Hammocks crew, Chris and Telly.
Oh, heck yeah.
Well, you know.
Are we in?
You're in.
We've caught 7 fish sitting in the basement.
Well, I'm
just kidding.
Nothing I can do about that now. So,
hey, Telly just put a 33.5 in the boat a few minutes ago.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
You want to see a picture of it?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. She's getting
injury first.
No. She'll show you a picture of her fish, then we'll show you what it did to me.
Nice. Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you.
Now, you want to see what that fish did to me? That's come I can't hear him now.
There's a plane going over.
I step away from the phone. Give me just a minute.
You want to see my injury, Josh? I don't think he's around the phone yet.
Did he clamp down onto you, Chris?
No. I had the grippers on to control it. And as I was releasing, right as I got to the edge of the boat, he went
Whoa.
mad crazy.
Oh. Just on the run.
Nice.
Nice. I think that's his bluegill rod, too.
That's the bluegill rod.
But that 33 pounder went crazy right at the edge of the boat. It flopped out of my arms, and I caught him. But as I caught him and he was spinning, the grippers got me.
Man, I'll be honest. The only time I ever really use grippers is like if I'm fishing Marcia and we're weighing smaller fish. You know,
Yeah.
I've had some bad experience with the grippers. Well, that big one I caught last night, I grabbed him by the mouth. When I wanted to release him, well, he decided he wanted to clamp down my finger, and he didn't want to, and he rolled, and I literally, I felt my finger pop.
Yeah.
You know?
I told Telly, I said, on these bigger fish, we ought to just start using our glove. Just grab them. Because that's not the first time I've had one roll on me like that. And
Yeah, them big grippers are just so powerful, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. First fish of the night, looks like.
We got the fish on the land here.
All right. Crab board.
There we go.
Yeah.
Caitlin drew first blood. Got us
Nice.
about a 4 or 5 pound channel cat.
Nice.
And that joker ate your bluegill?
Yeah, he ate the bluegill.
Oh,
Yep. Look at it. Here. Look at the phone. I'll hold the fish for you. You point at him though.
There you go.
It's a little fish. That looks like a James Dockery, doesn't it?
Nice.
I think that's a Dockery fish.
all right, we'll let him go.
Hey, there we go. We ain't getting stuck tonight.
No, sir. I really wish I could have got back to where I've been fishing the last several nights. The last few nights. Like I said, zero reception.
He lives to get mad. He ain't happy unless he's got his finger hung up in a fan.
Hey, Josh.
Yes, sir.
You want to see what that fish did to my finger?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We were just starting to look at that.
Well, I wanted to make sure you were okay with showing it. If anybody's even a little bit squeamish, you might want to look away.
Everybody's squeamish. We'll pull you up full screen.
All right, here it is.
Oh.
It feels nail back.
That's at the nail. Yeah. We're close enough to 9 p.m. Everything's okay.
That's the finger I like to tell Chatty's number one with.
Man, I can't drive without that finger.
But with that being said, Chris does have soft kitten hands.
Yeah, he got soft hands. I bet Telly kissed that made it better for him though.
No.
You want to say her do it?
No.
She ain't gonna do it.
I mean, I feel bad, but no.
Let's get another live bluegill on there.
Fish on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Parker with a solo layout. There we go.
That fish Telly just caught, that 33.5 pounder, that's the only fish we've caught this evening.
Oh man. Yeah, I got it.
I don't know how much longer we'll be out, to be honest with you. It's almost 10.
Is it already? Yep. Dang. It's our last day here.
Yeah, we worked out the whole bait situation for the week. You know, Bobcat and Big Mike took us out and we caught skipjack Tuesday. And then we've been fishing all week on those skipjack. And we got the last fresh skipjack out in the water right now. I've got 2 in the cooler that have been frozen. And that's it for bacon.
Hey, Goober time. Hey, Dan. Good to see you in here, buddy. Let's see if I can get the layout. Kind of lost Parker for a second. Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, he's got him. Look at that. As soon as I take him off solo.
You want me to do it?
No.
It's better if you do it.
And Mr. 2 Million Jerry Parker just caught a fish live on my stream. This is like,
Nice.
heck yeah.
I'll put the let me get a weight for y'all. This
You gonna
guy's
get
small
Talon?
enough. I will use the grippers on this one. He's small.
It's a talker.
Rurt, rurt, rurt.
Mine just kept belching.
Kind of sounds like Chad when you rub his belly.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't rub Chad's belly.
Yeah, but he don't have legs that get to kicking like Chad do.
Sounds to me like they rubbed Chad's belly.
Yeah.
You never know.
The bigger question is, what are you guys doing rubbing Chad's belly?
Well, it's like those treasure trolls when we were in school. They're supposed to be good luck.
All right.
Wow.
1920. Heck yeah.
Give you all one more less.
Great
Look here.
job, Jerry.
Calm down.
He's fighting you.
Good
There
job.
we go.
All right, let me get this guy back.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Now I pop in the 30s.
Chris, how long are you guys down there? Or are you finishing up?
Tonight's it. We're packing up and leaving tomorrow morning.
We've
Oh,
been
no
here
kidding.
since Monday.
I knew you guys have been there a while. I didn't know if you guys were
Yep,
taking
since
2
Monday.
days or somebody. Whoops. There we go. Let's see if I can find that thing. Christina sent me something on Messenger earlier. I was going to send to Parker and Danny.
I said they're back at the dock. They're loading up and heading back to camp.
All right. 90% of the fish that we've caught down here, Josh, have been over 20 pounds.
Holy crap. Now you guys are, where are you guys on Kerr?
No, we're in Tennessee. We're at Chattanooga, Chickamauga.
Oh, okay. For some reason, well, Freddie being around there, I thought you guys were down in the southeast somewhere.
No.
No.
I've been wanting to get down that way.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Come down here and go below Chickamauga Dam, right where Nickajack starts.
That's where I wanted to go and go bumping.
Well, you
Oh,
can
okay.
do that right below the dam, but if you get
Rod 2. Watch Rod 2.
if you go down about 15 miles downriver, you'll be in the mountains, and it's absolutely beautiful down there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Somewhere around one of those, and I don't remember what lake it's on. I don't remember if it's Chickamauga or what. They have a kayak, and this is more of a summertime thing. They have a kayak tour to this bat cave.
Oh,
interesting.
And they put you on a kayak and you paddle out there and you sit, and at dusk, they said just hundreds of thousands of these bats come flying out of this cave.
Huh.
I was like,
That's
that'd be cool to see. Now, I don't know about paddling a kayak out that far. I may just have to take my own boat out there, but.
we were out there today. We were down there. We launched. There's a place down there. It's called Suck Creek. That's where we launched. Yeah. Well, the fishing does not suck down there. Let me tell you.
No,
There
it
you
doesn't.
go.
And
Whoa!
that's where the
You did
100-foot holes start.
Yeah, I saw number. I thought you bumped the cart.
We were down there this morning. We had a armada of boats
Okay.
come through.
Caitlin, you're standing in front of the green light, honey. There you go.
We had like 24 pleasure boaters all in a row. And I'm talking yacht type pleasure boats.
What, baby? You hear something? What? There ain't nothing stomping out there in the water unless it's Bigfoot, and he's in chat with us talking to us. He just chatted, so I know Avid's not here. Wildlife.
Well, I don't know whether it's fresh and
That's part of being out in nature. Sometimes you see wildlife. Hey, there's Ricky from Solar Adventures, buddy. I got your email right before I left tonight. I will send you a response to that when I get home or first thing tomorrow. I got a tracking number on that, so I would have figured you'd have had it by now. So
6 minutes will be good.
if not, we'll make it right. We'll get some more out there. But we were running behind trying to get out of here. Yep, just missed a 5-pound channel and a 19-pound blue. Oh, that's what you were hearing, Caitlin. There's a blue heron going around. They go rat, 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 rat.
How was that?
Oh, Nightbot, how'd you get up on the screen? Avid, how is Crab Orchard for crappie? Crab Orchard is an excellent crappie lake. They are actually on fire out here right now. A guy I work with was telling me about it. It's that time. It's that time of year. They're on fire at Rend. They're on fire at crab. My personal best crappie came out of crab. It's a little over 2 pounds. So that's, and then I caught it in the middle of a bass tournament. I threw it to live well. I brought it home and I ate it. But I was so, oh, here we go, Caitlin. Keep an eye on two, because two had a hard pull, but he didn't hook up. Thinking about coming down to crab for crab. Avid, that'd be, and I know you like to bank fish. You would not be disappointed down here. There are numerous spots to bank fish for crappie down here that you would be successful at. A lot of the bank fishing spots, they have gone ahead and cultivated for bank fishing. And they've put out fish attractors and everything right there. So, hey, there's Miss Chrissy Brown. Hello, Chrissy. Trying to see if I've missed anybody. I don't think I have. Caitlin, you're still on Pole Patrol. Oh, you're watching. Okay. See, I get in trouble. Caitlin drew first blood tonight, about a 5-pound. We're going to call it 5-pound channel cat. Good, healthy cat on a live bluegill, which was actually kind of funny. That was a pretty big bait for that fish.
Okay.
We got just a bit of a northwest wind today, but nothing like we dealt with all day during the day today. We had 25-mile-an-hour winds all day. Chris, I was messaging my cousin who lives down that way just a couple nights ago, asking him if the muskie bite was on yet down at Melton Hill, which is just upriver from you a little ways. And I've been wanting to go down, and he's the go-to guy if you want to catch a muskie off that out of Melton Hill Reservoir areas around that. It's kind of disappointing. I messaged him, asked if he was going. He said he hadn't been out in a while, and he had moved up here for a bit, moved back down there, was getting going, and it looks like he was talking like he's going to move back up here again. So,
Oh wow.
hate to hear that for him because he's one heck of a guide, but he could easily come up here and guide. He grew up here, same as I did. So, his grandpa and my grandpa were brothers. So, I grew up fishing with him.
Kincaid's a good muskie lake.
That's what he was talking about, Kincaid, and he was talking about I think it was Super Lake up there at Pyramid.
If you go to Peabody River King, Eagle Lake has a good population of tiger muskie in it.
Oh, okay. Now there was one other spot that surprised me. He went and put his boat in back behind Carlisle Dam one day. It was muskie fishing behind Carlisle Dam.
Oh, really?
And I forget who he was with. An old college professor, I think, is who he had with him that day. He's got a degree in fisheries biology. So when I say he's serious about fishing, he is very serious about fishing. He's my go-to guy when I have questions about that kind of stuff. So
Well, below Carlisle, you get down by the train bridge. Good spot for walleye in the winter.
I think old Abbott's fished Carlisle spillway a few times, but I think he's had some bad luck down there before with people trying to steal his gear. So
But I will say Carlisle's going to be a lake. I'm going to say in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to start seeing some big blues come out.
oh yeah, they've got that stocking program going on at Carlisle. That lake's perfect for it. The channel cats in that lake already grow big. The blues are not going to take long to establish.
No.
There's going to be some massive blues at that. That's going to be a world-class lake here in about
100%.
Give it about 10, 15 years. That's going to be a world-class lake.
Yep.
Abbott said they can't steal his gear.
The next 20 years, that's where your next Illinois state record come out of.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Greg Burgess says to use some Oragel on your finger with a little spit that will kill the pain. Said, don't laugh, try it. It'll work.
Actually, I mean, it's just a little throbbing right now. It doesn't hurt real bad. It hurt when it happened.
Oh, man. I tell you what, fingernails are always the worst. Anytime you start messing with nail bed.
Well, reach over and break your pinky on the opposite side, and it'll take your mind away from it.
Well, we can get Telly to stomp on his foot real hard, and he'll forget all about that finger. I slammed mine in a door one day. I slammed an index finger one day in a door at work, and it was like instant blood under the fingernail.
Ew.
Sat there throbbing all day. Couldn't do nothing about it because I was at work. I got home from work that day. I got me a drill bit and got it good and hot. And
Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh, you talk about instant relief.
Yeah, you release all that pressure.
You take that pressure off it, right? And it's just like, okay, life's good again. But
I've had to do that to several guys on the job site, and drill that hole and slap a little bit of electrical tape on it, and you're good to go.
Yep, you're good at that point. Just get that pressure off there.
When we get back to camp, that nail's bent and sticking straight up. I have to get the clippers and clip all that nail off so I don't catch it on everything.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fishing show.
Go ahead and step in front of the car. You're fine. Right back there. Fish on, fish on. All right, don't high stick it. Let it down a bit. There you go. Nice. There you go. Up here. Keep reeling.
Make sure we stay around that 30-foot mark.
And let that go underneath your arm. Now you got it. Coming in? All right, ready. Go. Just let the rod do the work for you. Just kind of lift up on the rod a little bit, pull them, and then reel back down and get them. There you go. Perfect. Just rod. He hung up. Oh, he's still on there. Almost got him in now. No, you did it. Real.
We don't spit.
Yes.
Look, now there you go, Talon. It looks like a twin to the other one, though.
Man, you'd be on your way to a mess if you was keeping them.
Oh. 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 All right, come on up here. Let's go up your fish.
Dirty fish. Wait.
All right, here you go. Yep. Here. Watch out. Step over this way. All right, there you go. There's your fish. Caitlin with fish.
Man, that's like the perfect eaters, you know.
Oh yeah. Did he fin slap you?
I tried to touch the
Yeah. Yeah, he about another 5 pounder. All right, let's let him go. Job. Boom. Heck yeah. All right. Let me get rebaited. We'll get that one back out. He took forever to how many times he bite him? Oh, watch rod 1. I'll put bait on rod 2 and get it back out. You watch rod 1 while I'm doing it. Yep, it's gonna be one of those nights. They're gonna run me out of bait real quick.
Might have to start tossing that thrower in there around one of them weed beds. Might be able to pick up a bluegill too, Josh.
Yeah, I may do it. There's a boat ramp right here behind me. I may try that here in a minute. Good thing is we still have 1 shad. We have 1 shad and 3 live bluegills left. So I am not opposed to cutting bluegills if I have to.
Yeah. The nice thing about flyhead and them bluegill being so fresh, they won't have no issues eating that fresh cut bluegill.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
I don't know how to.
All right, we got Nightbot. Yeah, sometimes Nightbot gets a little too. He just gets to rolling. If Chad ain't rolling, Nightbot just kind of fills the chat in. Stain 3. Hooks and hangnails.
Hi.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, Nightbot's double posting. That's what he's doing. Yak Shore. Well, you know, buddy. Good to see you in here. I don't know who he's talking. You must be talking to Chris. Oh, he says gentleman. Okay, singular. Yep. Gotta be talking to Chris. Gentleman and a lady. Yep. I know you ain't calling me a gentleman.
Freaking dang beaver the size of a bus just jumped off the bank behind me and scared the crap out of me.
Oh wow. It is. Oh, holy crap.
Oh.
It's up. Oh, underneath. Control it. Better. Fish on. Put it to belly. There you go. Yeah, but that'll help take some of the pressure off. It's out there a ways. So there you go. You got it now. Realize that's probably one of the first times you grabbed a catfish rod by yourself and brought it in without me helping.
2 blue, 3 blue, all 3 blues.
Hey, Josh.
He's with
Oh, he's
Caitlin.
with Caitlin.
Yep, they're on there fishing.
Glad you can understand me with a flashlight in my mouth.
Oh.
Woo!
Oh.
Wait till you see this one, guys.
That was huge.
I'll get a big. Oh, nice.
Get over
Heck
there with it,
yeah.
Katie. That way everybody can see you.
Heck
That's my
yeah.
catfish catcher tonight. Look at that. He's about half as tall as you are.
That's a nice one.
That's solid 9 or 10. Here, hold that real quick. Step back there and point that flashlight at me. I'll let everybody see your fish. Point it at the fish. Everybody see it?
Oh yeah, that fish every bit of 10.
That's every bit of 10 pounds. I'm gonna take him over to the boat ramp to release him. That way I ain't got to toss him. Heck yeah. Good job. Got my flashlight? What are you looking for? Yeah, I put it in my pocket because you left it laying on the ground.
Oh, it's done.
Whew.
Yesterday.
Good job.
Oh, yeah.
10 pounds. So you got 20 pounds of fish. You're caught up with Parker right now.
Man, Josh, that's funny because your odds went 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had one that was about 12 pounds.
Oh. I think we might still have the bait on. Yep.
I have some mine that
Oh,
It's a good day, though.
I don't mind if it has a nettle on it.
there we go. We're good. All right. Did you see you bust all that crap off that tree?
Bye, leaves.
There we go. All right, we still had bait on that one. He left the bait.
Nice.
Hey, Chucky. Avid says Caitlin is on fire. She's the girl on fire. I've called her that before. The girl on fire. Lyle Stokes, if you're watching, buddy, if I can get you logged in, that way you could give solos because it's hard to do that by yourself. We're having a good time tonight. 3 fish. Well, like Parker said, we just worked left to right on these rods. We went 1, 2, and then 3. So we started with a live bluegill. Then second fish come off of a midsection of a shad, and then that would come off a shad head, and been the biggest fish so far tonight. And we got to keep our bait on that one too. So 2 stands. Oh, there we go. Look at that. All I got to do is beg, and I get Catfish Weekly in here.
Man, I just had a massive takedown and got me in the rocks.
Hey, I think I might be. I think I hooked up right at the right time. Hold on a second here. I can't tell if Danny Stone is hooked up. Danny, are you hooked up or are you snagged? He's hooked up. All right, good deal.
All right.
Heck of a time to jump in here. Thank you, Chrissy. So Chrissy putting in basement there. I appreciate that.
Well, it looks like Danny might have a good one.
Danny Stone. Is on fire. Danny's got one heck of a fish hooked up. Line 22 says I donate my gear to the river for Danny so he can catch the big ones. There we go.
Well, I just had a massive takedown too, Josh, and he got me in the rocks.
Oh, yuck. That was sucks. You know, I had a huge takedown down at Shawneetown at the sand and gravel lot one time. And there's an old sunk barge right there. And that thing bit and ran up into that underneath that barge. And I let him sit for every bit of an hour. And he'd come out and he'd pull a little bit and you could tell the fish was still there. And he just would not come out of that barge. Never did get to see that fish. I wish I had. Danny's got it on the bank.
All right. We got some fishing show, folks.
Stan trying out the chatbot commands there.
Now that, boys, is how you make an entrance.
Heck yeah. Good to see you, brother. We got no action on our rods right now, so we're watching Danny, who just landed. What the heck? Something fall out of that tree? It's nothing scary. It's nothing scary. I think something fell out of the tree, though. There's a big snake or something. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? If we get us a water snake, I'm gonna cut him up, and make hillbilly eel.
Let me get a light on here.
Danny said flathead already.
Ain't no flathead.
Oh, it's a blue.
All right.
There we go. I was hoping for a flathead to make a hat trick right here on the line.
Give me a minute.
But I know you'll do it. So the helicopter. It's right over there. There it is. Look, there's a helicopter. Behind you, there's a helicopter. Oh, is one of the rods going?
Oh, right there in the wrong spot. 17.99.
17.99. Heck
Minus
yeah.
scripts for all the people that worry about it.
Thank you, Stan.
I got
Stan,
you beat by 2 pounds so far tonight, Danny.
we'll keep an eye on the basement. We're watching for Mr. Lyle Stokes. He's got a dog out and then supposed to be coming in here. Nightbot says, teach Pontoon Jody to cook. Folks, I'm an intelligent chatbot, not a miracle worker. 71 and still fishing says, nice fish. Thank you for joining us tonight, my friend. We got 40 people watching. Guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, you don't have to hit it for me. You don't have to hit it for Danny or Chris or Jerry or anybody, but Caitlin's been on fire tonight. just landed a 10-pound channel cat. That'll be worth a thumbs up. So shameless plug over there. We'll just keep fishing now. So
Yeah, I guarantee you, if you had that 10-pound channel cat fight that fish I just caught, that channel cat would probably whoop him.
those channel cats are mean, you know.
I'm telling you, man, you don't play with them things. They'll tear you up.
We are coming into the time of year. I saw a Facebook memory today that on this day last year, Christina and I went and bank fished just a little ways down from where I'm at tonight. And she caught about a 20-something pound channel cat that night out of this lake.
Yeah, I was sitting there in the basement and that rod went down and I go, well, that figures.
Oh, man. 922, he says, back 10 years or so ago, I had a channel cat that felt like a big flathead. Turned out he swam into a tire. He goes, that was fun pulling that out of the lake.
Oh, man. You know it.
That'd be wild.
Now, I know y'all can't see Black Betty way down there, but she's got a little blinking light up top of her. So every now and then she'll get a little twitch going.
It's just
She's
good.
way down yonder in the pawpaw patch.
It's just good to see her back in business, you know.
Oh, did you see that Mad Catch rod you see? Man, that thing bit crazy. Come on, man, get on there.
Good.
Jerry and I were talking about your message. You said you had some trustees of modern chemistry at the last spot. So,
Man, I pulled up there and I said, you know what? They're having such a good time. I think I'm just going to go somewhere else.
yeah, probably that's what we kind of pulled in here. And sometimes it gets that way out here where we're fishing. And I was like, if there is, we're going to turn and go somewhere else. I ain't going to be a party to that.
Hey, you see that Mad Catch rod right there? Watch that thing, man. He's getting stupid with it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
No. That's the current. But you'll see it stand up straight. That's when he picks it up and gets it out of that current. But then he'll slam it back down real quick. But until he pulls it down and starts giving me the old wiggle dance, I ain't touching it. I still got to get my Uncle Lou back out, the one who just caught that fish. I got to tie a weight on there and get that thing out there.
I see everybody's playing with chatbot now. We've got hashtag Dockery in there, says subscribe to the friendliest and tallest fisherman on YouTube, James Dockery Fishing. I'm trying to think. Stan, if you type in the exclamation slap and then hit space and type in somebody's name, it will slap them with a random object. So I know slap is in there. I think drink is in there. They'll give them a drink.
All right, should be good.
Avid fisherman slaps 2 stands with a landing net. See, there we go. There's Kelly Bullock. Hello, Kelly. I keep looking up down at my phone and then looking up at my rods, and I'm every time I do it, I get the feeling that something's, whoa.
I got a whole bucket full of those today.
Man, those are good gizzard shads right there.
I'd rather have carp, but yeah, we'll use them.
I'm partial to gizzard shad.
Well, I wish you were here because I got about 50 of them.
I'd take them. I ain't J-Dog. I won't eat them. But, oh, Parker, what the heck are you doing, Parker? Parker looks like he's got a homemade lightning storm going on. He's got a strobe light or something. Oh, there we go. Thanks for hanging out with us, Kelly.
Ooh.
Two stands, that is right. Hooks and hangnails did hurt his little finger.
I sure did.
It was brutal looking too.
Yeah, this is definitely not my first choice spot to fish tonight because the current is so fast here. I mean, you can see what it's doing to them rods. I'm in about a 5 mile an hour current, at least 5 miles.
Oh man.
So it's shallow and it's fast. But when I hooked up on that fish, I was fighting more river than I was fish because that fish wasn't really big enough to put that kind of a pressure on me. But you're not just fighting the fish; you're fighting the river too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Once they get up in that current, they roll and everything else, man. It's just Avid. I do not have a video on Nightbot. It's pretty easy. If you go to Nightbot, I think it's nightbot.tv. One, they walk you through it pretty easily. And if anybody wants Nightbot on their channel, it's free. I don't make a dime from it. It don't cost don't cost nobody anything, and I don't make nothing from it. But it's just it could be fun to have on your channel. I'm pretty good with the programming and the scripting. So if you do put Nightbot on your channel and you want some of the custom commands like slap and kiss and all that I've put on mine, I can just send me a message on Facebook or send me an email, and I'll be happy to copy and paste those to you. That way you can drop them in yours. They're pretty easy though.
Josh, we just freshened up bait, moved down the ledge a little bit. We're going to give it 30 minutes, and then we're heading in.
I hear that. Buddy, are they just shutting down on a night bite tonight or what?
Well, we don't really know. It's the first time we fished at night since we've been out here.
Oh, I got you. That happened to us at we were catching fish all day when we were at Lake of the Ozarks a couple years ago. And Christina and I went down to the dock. I mean, we caught fish right there off that dock during the day. Went down there, tried to do a live from the dock, and we didn't get so much as a bite that night. So
now we can't complain. We've caught 3 fish over 30 pounds today.
Yeah, you can't throw a fit about that.
Oh, that's a good day.
We were wanting to. Caitlin and I had talked about going over to Evansville tomorrow. They got a tournament launching out of Angel Mound's ramp.
Yep.
And it was supposed to be today. They postponed it till tomorrow. But my live well that I throw into the boat for catfish tournaments where I might catch something bigger than 10 pounds, the pump messed up on it. Now, I've got me a new pump. I just haven't had time to put it in. And I think I'm going to put one of those on-off automatic. Whoa. One's getting smoked. Look at that. He's like boing, 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 boing.
Yeah, we fished all afternoon this afternoon. My wife beat me like a rented mule. I had to take her home just so I could catch fish.
We were watching for a while earlier. I couldn't get in chat for a whole lot. Man, look at that. Rod number 1's getting. It's just like hitting. It's like somebody's plucking the string.
Yeah.
Plucking.
Yeah, I was going into panic mode there for a while because I was sitting in the basement for quite a bit, and John from River Cats Tackle messaged me. He said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the basement." And,
oh yeah, I didn't. Sometimes I don't catch that. It just brings up that one little bitty red dot
dude,
down.
I guarantee you, I am way worse with it than you are. But I was sitting here watching it, waiting. I looked up at my orange Uncle Lou rod, man. It went to town, and I'm like, man, come on.
Oh, Avid, I haven't. Even though I programmed that one, I haven't seen that one come up in chat yet, and that's funny as hell. Nightbot just placed an emergency order for a sickly fish. Hey, thank you, Stan. Said if y'all are having a good time, hit that thumbs up. Let's get these great anglers to 100 thumbs up. I don't know where we're sitting at on thumbs up. If anybody can tell me, we got 43 folks watching. It'll tell me that off my phone, but we got rod one's got a live bluegill. It's the only rod we have out. That one on the left. There it is. Rod on the left has live bait. The other two have cut. We've gone 2-1, but we've caught a fish on all 3 rods out here now. So we are at the time of year. The water temperature is dropping. We're fishing a point with a lot of lay down wood. We've got a dock. Just that live bluegill's thrown over there, not 10 feet from a walkout dock. So if there is going to be a flathead out here, it's in a location it could. Oh, shoot. Cold Creek Catfish and Billy. Mike and Sharon, hello all. Thank you for stopping in, Billy. Oh, shoot. That's a fall over. Hold on. Caitlin's going to laugh at me if I fall down. She's curled up in the camp chair, the folding chair. I tell you
Man,
what.
you talking about heartbreak today. I hit one of my first bait spots that I came to and threw the net. And man, I got a ton of big bluegill. I mean, I would call them eater-sized bluegill. They were big.
Oh, man.
And I threw them in the aerated bait tank in the bed of the truck, turned the aerator on, and I caught a whole bunch of shad, and I just threw them in the cooler, packed them with ice. Well, my batteries died on my aerator, and all those bluegill died.
Hey, you know what? That's a good segue into who just joined us, Danny, because we've got the king of killing live bluegill right here. Just joined us on screen, Mr. Lyle Stokes.
Lyle, my man.
What are you talking about, killing live bluegill? I keep them alive for weeks at a time. It's the dockery curse that kills them.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just not going to Mendota. They don't stay alive.
You can't put 9,000 of them in a basket and expect them to stay alive in a live well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking a minute ago. I think I'm going to I bought a new pump for my my live well or big bait tank, however you want to look at it. But it's one I can throw in the boat. I think I'm going to put one of those automatic timers like I did on that cooler bait tank onto that thing where it runs that pump. That's the one that goes through the whole house water filter. It's plumbed to go through that and then spray back out into that tank. So might run that for 30 seconds to a minute and then be off for 10 and run again. That way we're not killing the battery on that thing.
I think that's a great idea.
And we might reach the point where I can run that off one of my oh, okay. 2 just got smoked.
Yeah, but I think I do. I'll have to look. I don't have any of the big ones, but I think I've got some of the smaller ones left. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
I did see something a minute ago about another jig tying night. We may have to do that at some point. It's good, you know, we're coming into time of year where it's going to get dark early. It's going to get cold.
Yeah.
And it's going to get rainy, and that rainy cold is going to turn the lakes and the rivers into chocolate milk, and that just ain't fun to be out in. You know, you ain't saying you won't catch a fish, but you ain't going to catch them.
Not like you are now.
Right.
Be right back.
All right, then. There, Mark.
Well, I don't know, Josh. I was if I have a winter like I did last winter, I'd be perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, man, you've been on fire like crazy. Justice Crab Orchard have certain hours you fish it. Avid Crab Orchard is 24/7, 365, with the exception of if the idiots in DC put us in another shutdown, they come out here and try to shut the gates to the refuge because suddenly all the money, that extra money that you pay, even for the sticker to have special use out here, doesn't count for anything, and they still shut you out of it. But FOA Customs Gear said, all tucked in our tent for our last night in Tennessee. Good night, all. Good night, Cody. Thank you for coming in here with us, buddy.
Ready.
And 3, that's right. You hook your bait tank up to trailer plug for long trips.
Hey, Mark, Greg.
What'd you say, Caitlin? You want a blanket? I got one in the truck. Hold on, let me grab you one.
Josh just crab board. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad for an old guy.
How you feeling, Lyle?
This hadn't worked as good as I'd hoped for it had, but I go around for the go in Tuesday for the second round. So we'll see how that's going to work out.
Look at that.
Josh Avid wants to know if crab has certain hours you can fish there.
Nope, we were just talking about that. It is 24/7, 365. So
Okay.
other than, like I said, whenever the dummies in DC, the rich men north of Richmond, decide to shut the government down, they come out here and lock all the gates. You can't use it during that. But not saying that people haven't come out and took a pair of bolt cutters and got access to stuff that tax dollars already paid for, but that's not the right way to do it. We're not going to tell people to do that during the live, but
Right.
I know that was done whenever the state tried to shut all that stuff down back in early 2020. You had Wren Lake, the Corps engineers ramps were open. The Corps engineers ramps were open. The Illinois state ramps were closed, and people were getting a little ticked off over it. Hey, Caitlin, if you want to get in the truck, honey, with that blanket, and I can show you how to lean that seat back if you want to sit back. No, you sit out here. All right. If you change your mind, you can do that.
Caitlin's on fire tonight.
He's on fire tonight, and I'm, usually
Die hard. Yeah, she ain't gonna give up.
usually I help her along, and help her hold the rod or whatever. And tonight I've just been handing her the rod and saying, "Do it to it." Those are 8-foot ugly sticks, so they're not a small rod to contend with for a not so tall girl. Wren Lake is hard to fish a crappie from the bank. Abby, you're right. There's only a few real good spots to catch crappie from the bank at Wren, and everybody knows about them, and you end up tripping over each other. But crab has a lot of good bank spots.
They put structure in there for the bank fishermen.
They do. They've got, and you could see that last year before, when they drained the lake down to work on the spillway, and they dropped this lake 4 or 5 feet. So I mean, we come out here one night, and this whole bay that we're fishing right now was dry. We walked all across it and everything. And you better believe I found old, lay downs and stuff out in the middle of the lake, out in the middle of this bay I'd never found before. Found a creek channel that ran through it, and I walked around with Google Maps on my phone marking waypoints.
Wow. Good idea. You can always do that when the water's down.
Yep, I said this is a once every. Holy crap. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
There's a giant.
Something must be happening over there.
There was a giant beaver swimming along.
Oh.
Yeah, I just had one belly flop off the bank behind me a little bit.
I about said it was Parker's beaver, but then I figured somebody'd clip that out.
Oh,
They
man.
would. I know they would.
It's kind of like when I come in lives with a funny name, but I get Danny to say it. Avid
I
around the
heard the
bridge.
bait shop was pretty funny this week. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
I watched bits and pieces the other night. I was playing around on my phone, but
Oh yeah, it got pretty wild there for a bit.
I kept hoping,
What's
Chris,
that?
you kind of disappointed me, Chris. I kept hoping you'd show that picture of Freddie on the bait shop, but
Well, my phone was over at our tent. I didn't even have it
well,
on.
I sent it to Telly for a reason. I figured you'd show it on the bait shop. But
I figured I'd caused enough trouble.
yeah.
I showed it to him.
Thank you.
Chris, I tell you guys gonna come to the 3rd annual Baldwin get together.
When is it?
We'll set up a date sometime in January, February. Kind of keep it. I mean, this year, next year rather, when we come in January, when we do it. If that lake, I'll keep an eye on the weather. If it's acting like it's even gonna be remotely calm, everybody just bring your boats up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just
That'd
let
be
us
the way.
know. And if we're off, we'll do our best to be there.
That'd be the way to go. And then I haven't set the stream up yet, but I mentioned it the other night. We're looking at doing another. Whoa, 3 just got the crap knocked out of it. Look at doing another Thanksgiving Day live stream. So if anybody's, I'm gonna get that set up. If anybody wants to come up that day, I'll have the StreamYard link in the description on it. That way, anybody wants to hop in, you don't even have to be fishing. Just come in and we can all just kind of wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Parker and I met up at Cascade Dam.
There and it's pretty good.
Fished in the pouring down rain.
Yeah, that's where Danny lost Black Betty.
Yeah, but Danny got Black Betty back that day.
Man, I've lost that rod like 15 times. It's like a bad penny. It keeps coming back.
Hey, James Allball, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, James.
Hope you're doing well.
I saw something. Let's see here. Oop. Thought I saw something. Maybe not. That number 3 rod, I threw it way out there. And it's actually out towards that little bit of a channel that runs through this neck. So, but that's where Caitlin's 10-pounder come from. The last fish she caught. So, James said he lost a rod yesterday, Lyle.
Wow.
Lyle would like you to get like to get you as a guest sometime there, Lyle.
Well, let me get over this back stuff. I'm not doing a whole lot until I get this straightened out.
Oh, it's good to see you on live, though, buddy. We missed you Monday.
I understand, but I don't know what this Monday's going to bring because, like I say, Tuesday I get the second round of those shots. So I got to get that taken care of to see how well it's going to work this time. Usually they work pretty well, but this last just didn't get it done. I usually get 2 years out of them.
I forget who I was talking to the other day. They were having some knee issues. They've got their bone on bone in their knee.
Oh, I better get something done pretty quick.
They have, normally they can give you that cortisone shot or cortisol or whatever, and they can only give you so many of those per year.
Yeah.
And he has reached his limit.
That's no good.
So he's kind of at a standstill while they figure out what they're going to do. But
them shots are amazing. Cause my C6 and C7 is pretty much bone on bone in my back.
Right.
And I got to get that one on that throw. Oh my God, that thing amazing.
It feels good for a while.
Dad was getting him in his shoulder for a little bit. He was having some rotator cuff issues, and they were definitely helping. And they ended up getting. Look at one. One's twitching.
Is that the one that has the live one on it?
That's the one that's on the live. That's the twitch of. I was about to say it's the twitch of a live bluegill that ain't happy.
They get nervous. They start doing
Oh
Funny.
man, you can tell when you can tell when a predator comes into
You betcha.
their zone. They will start, and I've got about a 4-ounce sinker on there, and so that's a small bluegill, so he ain't moving that 4-ounce sinker.
I think Jerry said he had a fish on.
Oh, get it, Jerry?
Hard to see him in the dark.
Yeah.
I don't think he can hear us either.
No, he's got his Lyle. He's got his rod spread all down the bank. So
Okay, so ain't no telling where he's at.
depending on which one went down, he could be anywhere up and down that bank.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, he'll be back in a minute with a 70-pounder. Just
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
for it.
That's what he does. I'm gonna step away real quick to the truck. I'm trying to find my. I know I've got a headlamp in there, and I can't find it. I'm gonna try.
Well, you go ahead and do that. Mark, don't wait too long. Waiting too long, a lot of times, is what gets you in trouble. Where you fishing at tonight, Danny Stone?
About 2 miles up from the, well, you know where the grain bins are by that boat ramp. That spot
I
where you
do.
fish.
Yep.
I'm about 2 miles upstream from there, around
Nice.
the bend.
Nice. I like that area. That's a great place to fish.
Oh yeah. But right now, this particular spot, I wish I could have got here during the daylight because I'm basically throwing blind into the water, and I didn't know I was in that fast current area until I threw that first rod out, and I found out real quick. I had to reel it up and go, well, that weight's not going to cut it.
Yeah, that one ain't gonna
That's
go.
right. I understand exactly what you're saying, Mark. I've done that last year.
Man, I tell you what, I stayed up the other night till a little after midnight, getting all those big, heavy water, big water dragon weights for that guy that was going to use them at Helena today. Got them mailed out to him Wednesday. Post office said they'd be there by Friday, and unless something changed, and I haven't gone back and looked to see if it did. It looks like the post office dispatched them from Marion on Wednesday after I dropped them off like they're supposed to. And basically just sat on them all day Thursday.
Wow.
And so Friday.
Josh, I've got a freaking giant.
Hey, heck yeah.
I told you.
You called it,
What did I
Danny.
tell you?
That's what he does.
I told you. It's so predictable.
I take it. It's on my channel.
I said, yeah, give him a minute. Parker will be back with a pig.
Somebody put exclamation net in the chat. Watch what happens. On Nightbot to start taking guesses for weight.
Oh, that is a big one.
Oh, holy crap.
Oh my God, Jerry.
And to think, Jerry was, my God.
Oh, Jerry, that's a great fish.
Heck yeah,
What
brother.
did I tell y'all?
And he was talking about not going tonight.
I'm going to weigh it real quick for you guys.
Hey,
But then I'm going to
Skullback.
have to back out of here for a second because
Oh, we all know, Parker.
He got to shoot a Mad Cats promo.
All right.
Yeah, I need another rod. I need another rod.
Holy crap.
That's a giant.
Wow. All right, hang on.
Yeah, James Albaugh, you're right. He said, "Holy shit,
No kidding.
that ain't no kidding."
Yeah, Parker's won enough Mad Cats rod. He can start a store.
Avid's got 55, and Net's got 62. We got Skull Rush at 63.
This fish is way over 50.
Way
yeah.
over there.
Yeah, he's way.
I'm gonna go 69.
I'm gonna go 75.
I'm going to say 76.5. I'll get picky with it.
There he goes. Get it, Jerry.
Yeah, you watch freaking Parker. 82.
$77.25 for Travis Young.
Well,
Fields to water
yeah,
saying
still back around and saying 73. But
2 pounds
I'll
off.
get my other scale out, see if that does
good
better.
job, Jerry.
Heck of a fish.
And he almost, I ain't kidding you. When I talked to him on the phone earlier, I said, well, you going to go live? I don't know. I might just go fish for a bit.
That is a giant, man.
James almost says Chris Flores calls him the foul-mouthed fisherman. He doesn't call me that for nothing. Well, we're after 9, James, so everything's kind of within reason. Everything's kosher in mine.
Now, I'd like to point out that whenever Parker disappeared in the dark, I think I told you guys, I said, hold on, he'll be back with a 70-pounder in a minute.
Yep.
You can go back and watch that if you don't believe me.
It's what he does.
All right, guys. I'm going to back out of here, Josh. Watch
Hey,
for
no,
me.
you don't back out yet. What did that scale lock? Don't leave us hanging.
Well, when I get back, I'll let you guys know. Okay. So I want to get this fish weighed. I want to get him back in the water.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, go ahead, Parker, you punk.
Good job, Gary.
Thank you, man. I'll be right back.
That is a stud.
Oh, man. Heck yeah. And that, we're in that time of year, Lyle. That fall could just be amazing.
Oh, I anticipate it to be this year.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
good for
ever
everybody.
watch Jerry Parker consistently? Anytime he runs off into the darkness, he's going to be back in a minute and go, guys, I got a tank.
Yeah, I think there's like a scuba diver that follows him around and just puts stuff on there. Hey,
Let's go.
there's my wife.
Hey, don't kill yourself. Parker knows where those big fish are.
Put her up there, Lyle. I keep messing up.
Good to see Christina in here.
If you're just coming in, Jerry Parker just landed a hog. It's 70 and some change at least.
Well, we just lost light.
I see that. Freddie ruined your battery.
Yeah, it never fails. Every time I catch a decent blue cat, here comes Parker. Oh, yeah? Well, look what I got.
Hey, Brian.
Mr. Brian said, my mean man Santa. What's up?
It's just the way things go, man.
Welcome, David Smith.
Brian B, channel member.
Lance McCouga.
David Smith's in here. We got.
We have lights again.
I see that. What the heck was it?
Oh, what I had my Compex light plugged into. It died.
Oh, I got you. I thought Hooks and Hangnails was starting a new Blair Witch project for a second.
Oh,
Well, we've only got about 7 more minutes. We're going to head in anyway.
Saw Skull Rush come in. That's a name I ain't seen in a while. Big John in here. Travis Young. We've been hanging out, about 40 people watching all night tonight. We've had some good fish and had some really good fish in the past 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Caitlin is officially asleep.
Oh, she finally give it up?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay. Hi, Chrissy. How are you?
She looked like she was asleep. She was playing possum. I said she was asleep, and she went, I'm like, okay.
There you go.
Well, here, once you get up, here, get up, bring your blanket. Don't drag it through the leaves.
Man, what is with these barge captains spotlighting everybody lately?
They know there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that guy there about to knock my eyeballs out.
Let's go put this up.
Well, I tell you right now, if I catch anything over 30 pounds in this current, I'm gonna have to pull a Parker and chase it down the bank because there's no way I'm pulling it in here. It's not happening.
I got Caitlin moved to the truck, and oh, there goes one.
Dale Hayslip, welcome.
That would happen. The minute I finally sit down in a chair for the first time tonight, I finally sit down, and I got a rod getting ready to go down, which is okay.
That's standard, man.
Okay, James, I'll take a look at it.
Oh, Lyle, Caitlin found out for the first time about reclining seats. She is in love right now with the seat, the front seat of the Tundra.
I can relate, yeah. Yeah, I understand how that works. Tilly, you look cold.
A little chilly. I'm sleepy.
David, thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Appreciate
It's a little
that.
chilly here.
Fishing show ticket payment. That works out really well.
It's been mid-40s every night.
Mid-40s.
Yep.
Some of the greatest weather there is. River Cat Tackle has joined us.
You got to remember, Lyle likes ice fishing, so.
No.
Lyle likes ice fishing about as much as I do.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't get on that ice. If it cracks, I'm done. And it's always cracked, so I'm always done.
Rod 2 is.
But I wore a lot of slime today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
doing good.
We've decided this is now called all this right here. This is catfish jelly.
Catfish jelly.
Tennessee River catfish jelly.
There you go.
Put it on a cracker, dude.
The reason we came up with that was the other morning we were out. Telly caught, what was that, the 20-something pound fish he caught, and got it back in the water and everything. She was eating a Pop-Tart when the rod went down, so she set it down. We did the fish thing, and then she went to finish her Pop-Tart, and she got a little catfish jelly on the Pop-Tart and didn't know it.
Oh,
yuck.
That was gross.
I bet.
Ugh.
I told Chris, I said, look to the other side, please.
That's
It didn't feel pleasant.
That 33 she caught earlier, right before we got up here with Josh, that is the only fish we've caught since it got dark.
Oh, wow.
Man.
That is, they may not be on their night bite right now down there, Chris.
Might not be. Well, they figured we'd try it since it's our last night.
We sat there for 30 minutes before that one hit, and then we sat there for 45 minutes after we turned it loose and didn't get nothing, so we started moving down this ledge. Right out here behind us, there's a submerged island, and it's about a mile long.
Oh, man.
And we're at the point of that island. We've just been kind of working down the ledge.
Oh, man, that seemed like it'd be a good spot.
Fish slap happened.
Yep.
Oh,
okay. A great place. Ought to be a great spot on a submerged island. And points are always a good bet.
Man, we fished the very first time that my buddy Heath and I put a boat out on the Ohio River. You know, we were too scared to go too far. We didn't know the river, and we went just offshore at upriver about a mile, there was an island. We anchored up and fished right there off the point of that island. And man, he had something hooked. Fought it about halfway to the boat before it broke the. I think he had 17-pound mono on this reel he was using, and it broke that 17-pound mono like it was nothing.
Wow.
Still would have loved to, because we were anchored up. The point of that island came out, and it was just nothing but trees and everything else that had been washed off that island in the floods. So to this day, I still say he had a big flathead hooked up. Had rod number 1 bounced around a little bit. Rod 2 was getting messed with a second ago. What the heck? That's the only bad thing about this time of night. You start hearing weird stuff.
Night, Mark.
Night, Mark.
Hey, Kelly.
There, Kelly.
Yeah, I would have loved to get back down to that spot that Stacia and I were fishing earlier today, but there was no way I was going to try to get down there in the dark.
No. That's the thing. If I'm not getting out to my bank spot before I lose daylight, then there's like a 99% chance that I'm going to some place that I'm within probably about 10 or 15 feet of my truck.
Yeah.
Especially if you got Caitlin with you.
And that's the big thing. We're not going to go traipsing around and stuff at night with Caitlin. So.
No, she enjoys it too much to do anything to make her uncomfortable.
Half a mile walk,
yeah.
You know, then you got to climb down the rocks. No, thank you.
She wasn't real sure about going tonight. And I said, well, let's see if we can get some bait. I said, if we get bait, maybe we'll go. I said, if we can't get any bait, that'll answer our question.
Well, you must have found the bait.
Well, we didn't find much. I think we got 2 or 3 shad and 3 or 4 little bitty bluegills was all we come up with. So I was like, well, we'll run with that. It kind of reminded me of the night she and I took the boat out here. She wanted to catch a flathead. So we took the boat out. We were going to try to get us some, we come out, tried to catch some bluegills. I think we caught 2. And then I ended up throwing the net, maybe getting 3 or 4 big shad, and we just threw them all in the live well, kept them alive. So we went and anchored about 100 yards from where I'm sitting right now. And we sat there. It was just a good daddy-daughter night. You know, we sat there on the lounge seats of the Champion, and I had my tablet with me. We turned a movie on, sitting watching a movie. And she ended up going to sleep on one of the lounge seats. I fished until we ran out of the few pieces of bait we had because I was just using them live. And all we were catching was big channels that night. There's a couple spots on the Tab Orchard and several others in the area. I didn't see what Christina's answering there. But Avid knew what she's talking about, so that's all that matters. Waiting on Jerry Parker to come back in. He kind of left us hanging, not knowing what that fish was.
He's taking pictures and making phone calls.
He's shooting a promo right now, I'm positive. So
yeah.
And Jerry's the perfect one to shoot a promo because you can watch one of Jerry's promos and it's just you can shut your eyes, and if he wasn't talking about fishing, you'd think you were listening to a NASCAR driver. I tell you what, man, that dang old 43 car, If I ever decide I'm going to get my friends together and reenact King of the Hill, Jerry is my boomhauer.
For those of you baseball fans that are wondering, Philadelphia just went ahead of the Diamondbacks 3-2.
Oh, Arizona. Whew. Yeah, the Brand is known for crappie. Crab Orchard is good too, but I think nope, it's the other way around. Brand has the numbers on crappie, but crab has the size. There's people that would argue that with me, though. So
Really?
there's people that would argue it, but I have used Wren. It's like anything with Wren Lake. If I want numbers of channel cats, I go to Wren Lake. If I want quality channel cats, I come right where I'm sitting, the lake I'm fishing tonight.
I understand.
My PB channel cat come out of this lake. I ain't had it. I ain't beat it yet. So not enough bank spots for bank fishing on Wren. Yeah, there's not a whole heck of a lot. You got the docks at the old resort. You got the there's just not a whole lot of bank spots at Wren. Not for crappie. Not without doing a lot of walking.
Here comes Jerry.
There he is.
71.98.
Heck yeah.
Very nice.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
That's a giant.
Danny called it too. He said if Jerry just runs off and he comes back with a hog.
Every time. If Parker is anything, Parker is predictable.
Well, here's the crazy thing. I had a big old massive buffalo chunk on. That fish popped it once hard. All of a sudden, slack dropped all the way to the bank. And I watched it. All of a sudden, that rod, the tip almost went in the water. And that's on my 12-footer.
Oh, man.
Run down, and I cranked down the fish, and he was under a ledge. I had to lean down on him. He wouldn't come out, and I had to lean forward. And, man, when he come out like a bat out of hell.
Oh, man.
Woo.
That is an awesome fish.
That is a nice fish, Jerry.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey, Josh, we're all packed up. We're going to start heading back toward the boat ramp.
All right, buddy. Be careful Be careful headed back to the ramp. Be careful traveling tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a long drive home.
Yeah, there's too many idiots out on the road, so be careful. It's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming up. Good seeing you both.
Well, thanks for having us. Wish we could have put a fish on your stream, but, we just didn't get in there quick enough, I guess, before she caught that 33.
It's good to see you. So
have a safe trip home, Chris.
All right, thanks, Lyle. We'll see you guys later. Good luck, everybody. Stay safe.
See y'all.
Later, Chris.
Lyle, that bluegill getting antsy again.
Something's dancing on his stage.
Yeah, it's he'll sit there and be completely motionless, and all of a sudden he'll be like, "Nope." He's got to have something just sit there watching him.
The only thing that does that any worse than a big bluegill is a bullhead.
Bullhead. That's what I was just about to say. The old bullhead will make you think you're getting a bite.
Oh yeah. I've said this a million times, and I believe it. I think that flathead will kill a bullhead just to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't like them, and I don't know if it's their odor or just because they kind of look like a flathead or what, but they don't like them, and they do eat them.
And it's kind of like an old green sunfish. I don't think they like them.
I don't think so either.
I think they kill them just because they're there.
I think you're right. Oh, 180th, Avid.
I heard an echo. I heard my whistle echo.
Yeah, 1/80th is the smallest one I make.
I don't know how you fish those. I bought a 1/48 one time, little hair jig thing. And took it out. Was going to use it for crappie. And the thing was, it would float on the surface of the water. The stinking feathers had too much.
Yeah, they don't have
They
enough
didn't
sink
sink.
rate for me. I've tried them. I don't get along very well with it, but I got guys that want them.
Yeah,
So,
I could not get that thing to sink. And I'm like, the only way I'm going to be able to use this is to drop shot it.
yep, and that's what I would have to do.
I wasn't in the mood for all that day. I didn't have stuff with me that day to do that anyway.
I get tired of waiting on 1/64th ounce to sink.
Man, I tell you what, I like, speaking of something though.
Battle scars. I love it.
There we go. You and Chris could have, if Chris had stuck around for another 2 minutes, you guys could have compared your scars.
Well, I'm pretty sure Captain Hangnail has me beat.
Hooks and hangnails.
That's what happens to them, Abbott. Them bluegill and stuff will just eat them up.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I'm freaking winded.
I bet.
How far down from there was it that you had to carry it?
Well, I'm only it's kind of hard to see, but my rods are only about 30 foot from my complex. I don't know. It's not doing that great bright. I'm only about 20 yards from my rods. And I mean, I'm on a great big old rock ledge. And it's back in the 70s, the area I'm in with the limestone quarry off the Mississippi River. So literally right at tip of my toes, I've got 60 and 70 foot of water.
Okay, you did call it right then. You wanted to move to deep water tonight.
Well, we had 2 high pressure days in a row. I mean, I caught a good one last night. Well, the one I caught last night, scale kept bouncing between 48 and 51. So I'm calling in a 48. And it was in shallow water. But like I said, the bite was not that great. We had those high bluebird skies today. I was like, well, I'm going to move to deep water because maybe the fish I'm wanting to get will be in this deep water.
Find that. Sky.
Danny has another barge coming up the river, Eddie.
Barge bite.
They're hitting me from both directions, Lyle.
Last night, the barge traffic was absolutely freaking unreal.
Really?
Oh my God.
How's the water conditions on the big river?
It actually came up a bit. It's actually it's rose about 3 foot here.
Yeah, it's came up a little bit here too,
but not enough to where you're seeing debris.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times that me and Richard will get a rise in the water down here that Parker doesn't get because we'll catch the flow coming off the Ohio, and since he's above the Ohio, he won't get it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it'll be night and day between us and Danny. I mean, it'll be night.
I don't know how in the world that you could possibly depend on the Ohio River. It never has any current in it.
No.
It has. I think that a lot of times it has undercurrent that you don't see on the top too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know there's been times that J-Dogs went live, and man, that river, the Ohio would be up. And
I tell you, we've been out there. It's been ripping.
No time at all, it would hit us down here, and it wouldn't affect Parker at all. Of course, because he's upstream of it. But man, we'd start finding limbs with J-Dog's name carved in them and stuff like that. Just junk he's throwing in the water, trying to mess with us.
If you hang out long enough, you'll find a rod or something that Chad threw in the water. So.
Oh, wouldn't that be so cool?
Or a phone.
Or a phone, yeah.
You know what? That would be probably my most precious or most coveted catch, to reel in a rod that says property of Chad Fields on it.
Oh my God.
I'd be like, well, do I tell him or?
Oh man.
Holy crap, that'd be fun.
I would send that to Lyle so he could put it on his backdrop.
Yeah,
And go live.
Yeah.
that'd be perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
You write a little plaque below it. Released in the Ohio, caught in the Mississippi. You know, we laugh, but you know, you'd be amazed at how many rods I pulled out of this river.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I've caught a lot of them.
Oh. As long as the stuff stays under the water, the oxygen's what gets it, not the water.
Well, Jerry, you caught a rod and reel up at Baldwin or something this year.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Had one of them great big Kuma convectors.
Well,
Man.
Well, I was doing the Josh's bass tournament, and
Yep.
took that thing home, tore it apart, cleaned inside out. Oh, that thing purrs like a kitten.
Man, I was at Dunn's yesterday, Jerry, and
I was there yesterday too.
I talked myself out of buying a reel, but man, it was hard to walk out the door not buying that.
What were you looking at?
They had a Shimano Dakota 400. Look at that number one getting smoked. Now it stopped. Yeah, they had a Shimano Dakota 400 line counter, little low profile thing.
Well, I will say Dunn's is a little pricey on their dang reel.
Oh, they are. They're high on everything, but I kind of like having them around too. They're the last of them kind of around here that sell all that stuff.
Well, one of my real good friends I work with, they're like real good friends with the owner of Dunn's, and they're supposed to be getting me set up a meeting with him. I'm going to see if I can't get the man to start carrying like Mad Cat rods and stuff.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Ooh, look at
come on, Danny.
Danny's on point. He's watching something.
look at Dan. There's just like an aura around Danny. Danny just glows.
Man, it's killing me.
Well, it's not a halo, I don't think.
No, it's not a halo. It's called an aura. River Cat's Tackle wants to know which hook, Jerry, a red 8 or 12.
That would have been the 12. And it came off at like literally probably a pound and a quarter size body chunk.
Oh, wow.
Daddy don't mess around when he throws big baits.
No, there's no such a messer. If they're looking for a meal, they want a whole meal.
Yep. I'm all fresh and baits on 2 and 3. They ain't got a.
Well, that freaking 19-pounder I caught first in the stream here. That was on a big old massive carp head.
Yeah. They can take such a big bait.
No, you're absolutely right, Lyle.
They can take a huge one.
Well, perfect example. How many times, you know, bass throw fishing, you're throwing some ginormous bait, and you get a little 6 or 7 inch bass that smokes that bait, and the bait's bigger than he is.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of times that happens. Happens with bluegill too.
That orange Uncle Lou rod, I don't know if y'all saw it. It just got hit pretty hard. But that line is swimming in toward the shore. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He might have broke my weight off there. But we're going to check it out real quick.
All right, we're going to get new bait.
Got a lot of action going on with Josh reeling one and Danny playing with one.
That didn't sound right.
That did not sound right.
So you know what I mean.
I was glad I'm the one just reeling one.
But when one's swimming in or it's coming in closer to bank, there's always the chance that the fish has it and swimming in with the bait. You just never know.
Well, that last fish I just caught, it's been a long time since I've had a big fish like that. Just knock it once and drop slack like that.
Right.
Usually they just bury it and they're gone. You know?
That's it.
Well, Jerry, if you remember, when you and I were fishing together on live stream, that was back in February of this year.
Yep.
And we were sitting there talking, and my yellow Mad Cat's rod was sitting there, and all of a sudden I looked up and there was slack. The line was laying on the bank.
Baitless.
And I told Jerry, I said, look at this. I said, man, it's all the way in the bank. And I started reeling up the slack, and it just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. I got about 10 feet from the bank, and that thing took off like a rocket, peeling dragon. It was a 61-pound blue. He swam 10 feet from me up to the shoreline, and I never even saw the line move. And that was that day I got that 61 when me and Jerry were doing a live together.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was 10 feet off the shore. I mean, I could have probably just reached out of the water and punched him in the head.
Well, you should have just petted him.
That fish beat the crap out of me once I got him on the bank. He started flopping and almost got back in, so I just laid on him.
All right, we're back in the ball game, Lyle.
All right.
We had one. I pulled the number 3 rod still had bait, but it was number 3 rod still had bait, but it was all chewed up. We've already caught a fish off that fish head. So it's got a new fish head. The middle rod that got smoked a little while ago was baitless, so they must have got it.
Randall Rhino Outdoors has joined us, is checking us out.
Go. We got the glow rod going on. Tell you what, that makes it so much easier not having to paint the rod blanks or any of that crap. And I've done it, don't get me wrong, I've tried it and it works. But that green LED just makes these white rod blanks glow.
Come on.
And it's easy to find white rod blanks. So. And they're ugly stick, so they're good blanks.
Man, I don't give a crap what anybody says. Ugly sticks. They've got to be, there's been more probably big fish caught on an ugly stick.
Mm-hmm.
Because the average Joe can afford them,
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is, your catfish specials, they're not rated for the lead you need to throw in a lot of these places,
No, and that's what this would, if you ever read these 8-foot ugly stick spinning rods, if you ever read them, they're not, but they're rated at 1 to 3 ounces of lead. Now I've flung 8 ounces of lead with them, and they'll do it.
I have too. I've used mine when I used to use them. Oh my gosh!
But I've never broke one yet.
Well, my PB came off a freaking ugly stick.
Yeah. Heath and I. Well, Heath's PB come off ugly stick, a white 7-foot ugly stick casting rod with an Abu Garcia 5500S. One of those ones that comes from Walmart, the blister pack that's made in China.
Oh my gosh!
And we were fishing a tournament on the Ohio River. We were drifting in front of at the time where the casino was in Metropolis. And I look over and that rod just commits to doubling over. And I was like, of all the rods that we have out today, this is the one that we're going to get the big bite on. But that thing handled it. The rod handled it no problem. The reel, the only downside we had to the reel when we got done and got that fish in the boat, that handle was just bent.
Bent, yep.
But that's the weak point of those reels. So
well, that's the problem. The blister pack or the Chinese garbage.
Yep. And there's like a raccoon or something around here somewhere.
Doing pretty good, Chrissy. It's been better, but we'll go in for round 2 Tuesday.
I keep hearing that raccoon, but I can't see him.
Hey, as long as he ain't climbing up your pant leg.
Yeah, I like those things. So if I had a raccoon come up, you better believe I'll go look at the truck for something to feed him. I'll find something that I can feed that raccoon.
Well, they'll eat.
And they'll eat, yeah. And I had one. I used to have one at work when I was working nights. I had one that I had trained to shake my hand.
Yep.
And he would shake my hand before I'd feed him.
There's a lot of people that's made pets out of them. They get in their refrigerator and their kitchen cabinets and all kinds of stuff.
When I was a kid, we had a pair of them for a few years. But my mom had an old butter churn, you know, the kind when you ain't got the peg in it, it's got the hole in it, and it's got the clasp.
Yep.
We put candy in there. Well, them daggum coons would reach in there and grab that candy. Well, they couldn't get their hand out of the hole, but they didn't have enough sense to let go of it. So they'd be dragging this thing all around the house, you know?
Yeah, they get a hold of it. They don't want to lose.
My buddy, when I was in grade school, I had a buddy that they had a pet raccoon. And I spent the night at his house one night. I got up the next morning. I can't remember what it was that was missing, but it was something. I was missing something. And he goes, "Are you sure you had it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm sure I had it." And he's like, "All right, hold on." He goes, "Come with me." And we went and pulled the couch out. And back there behind the couch, there it was, along with a bunch of other stuff. He goes, I can't remember that, Rocky or whatever that raccoon's name was, but he's like, if it's something shiny that gets his attention, he steals it. And he puts it back here behind the couch. That's where he stashes everything he steals.
Yep.
But man, that was a cool pet. I still want a pet raccoon.
When they get big, they're a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
they really are.
Well, that's why I was a kid. I had to get rid of him because the boar, the sow came into heat, and the boar like to tore my dad a new one.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had to relocate him.
Well, that one I just rebaited, Lyle, that rod number 2 that just got rebaited and rethrown, already getting a little bit of attention. So.
Oh, good.
Caitlin went to sleep on me. My bite went away. You all notice
that. Thank you, Chrissy.
Oh man, I tell you, I'm ready for Mendota 24. We didn't.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We didn't get to go to Mendota 23, but the truck's in good shape. It's got 4 new tires. It's got new shocks and struts all the way around, and just general maintenance. But you know, some of it needed to be done, and some of it, you know, my mechanic after he changed it said it really wasn't all that bad. He said, but you weren't stupid to change it, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll be ready to go up there and
Josh, I'll be right back. I gotta run up to my truck. I gotta get my last carp out of my cooler.
Sounds good. He's gonna have a rod go down while he runs off.
As long as don't pull in the water.
Danny, you still alive?
Yeah, this barge is about to go across my lap.
Hey, I sent you and Jerry a message earlier. You have to check it out after we get off the screen.
Okay, sure will.
Christina found something on Temu. It's a vinyl decal, and it seems like something right up y'all's alley. So.
Oh God, I can't wait to see this.
It's a good one. You're gonna like it.
Okay.
It's a real good one. I don't know what that is. Hey, is that?
That's right, Evan. You'd have plenty of bait.
What's that? Josh said what I had my life. Yes, that's the truth. And it was kind of a. Caitlin and I went to dinner tonight, and then we're like, let's run out and see if we can catch the bait. We were getting. We didn't. We probably could have got more, but we were being attacked by bugs, gnats, or whatever the heck they were. And both of us were done with those things. Like, no, it's time to go. Trying to see if it's. Okay, no, it's not.
Now that barge is so close. When he makes the turn up here in the bend of that river, his butt end's going to be pointed toward me, and the prop wash from that thing is going to bend every one of these rods over.
Yeah, man, it's going to tangle everything up.
Man, when they come by that close and they make that turn in that bend, the water just blasts off the back of that barge right toward the bank.
That makes for a miserable evening.
You know, but a lot of times they stir up enough stuff that you'll pick up a fish off of it.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Lyle, somebody put on Facebook and said, what breed of dog do you find has the most intelligence? So I commented a cat. What the hell?
Christina's asking if Caitlin's still awake.
Caitlin is asleep. Caitlin is in the front seat of the Tundra. She's covered up with a blanket and got the seat all laid back, and she is out.
Oh, that sounds really good right now.
It does.
She's I leaned that seat back, and her eyes got a big around the saucer. She didn't know the seat leaned back, I guess, And she's like, Dad, this is comfortable. I said, yeah. I said, when I drove to Colorado back in the spring, I drove about halfway there, and then I pulled off the road and the rest stop, and I leaned the seat back in the car, and I went to sleep.
Our truck has those. Our boat used to have a set of them. I took them off, put millennial seats in them, but them tractor seats that I had in that boat for a long time, they're on the back porch now. They, man, they's comfortable. We got reclining headrest and adjustable armrest and everything under the sun. Let's see here. We still got 37 people watching, Josh.
What part of Colorado? James, I had to go out to Denver for some work-related training back in April. And
well, looky here, Pontoon Jody.
Hey, Jody, you missed a hog a little while ago. I don't know if you're still here when Jerry caught that or not. There, Mark Barnum.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, James, it was back in April sometime. I drove out there, and we had training for, what was it? We had training on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then when we got done with training on Thursday, I started driving home, and I made it out of Colorado and into Kansas before I finally stopped. And pulled off a rest area, slept till morning, and I stopped at Milford Lake in Kansas on the way home and fished for just a little while. And till I run into one of the locals who told me if I'd have had a boat, I'd be catching fish. But right now the lake was low, and he said, you're going to be hard pressed to catch anything from the bank right now. That's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and go home. He may just want me out of his spot.
Maybe.
But it worked. It got me. I hit the road. I think I stopped at Bass Pro in St. Charles for a little while, and I was home by 8 or 9 o'clock Friday evening. So, and that's enough for me in Colorado. Go out there. I looked at the weather the week before, a few days before I left, and looked at the 10-day forecast. It's supposed to be all 60s, nearing 70, and so I'm like, oh man, that'd be perfect. I got out there, it snowed every stinking day.
It sounds about right. Mark Barnum says Lyle, Missouri was 55 degrees today. That is, that's cooling off pretty quick, Mark. I know that I was on Palm de Terre yesterday, and it was still 67.
I wondered what lake you were on yesterday. I didn't know if it was Palm de Terre, if you went to LOZ or what.
No, we went to Palm de Terre. There's very little boat traffic over there, and I had heard reports of people catching lots of eater-sized channel cat, and we caught some, but not what I was looking for.
Right.
Got a pretty good sunburn out of the deal.
That's always fun, this time of year to end up rocking a sunburn.
Yeah.
Hate to go, but I have to. Y'all have a good night. Hope everybody gets fun.
Night, Chrissy. Have a great evening.
Night, Chrissy. Good to see you. Give Ernie love for us too.
15 degrees in 3 weeks is cooling on down.
Oh man. Abbott said he's going live in the morning. I think Abbott said he was going to Horseshoe Lake in the morning.
I believe that's right.
That is there. They swing 11 to 12 foot props at 8,000 horsepower. Yeah, ain't no kidding. It's cooling off here, I'll tell you. And we're going to lose our moon here in a second, too. It's gone behind the trees.
Yep, same here. It's starting to get a little chilly.
Well, I'm showing 56.
Let me see. I'll grab my tablet. My tablet finally charged up. It's at 98%. Says it's got 1 minute till it's full.
Wow.
And which is pretty impressive because it was dead. It was like shut off dead whenever we started heading out here. So that little power bank did real good. It says it's 60 degrees here right now. It's supposed to be 65 for a high tomorrow. So. But Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, it's Thursday. Well, all week long, it's supposed to be around 80.
We're going to have rain the latter part of the week here.
It's what's showing for us. It's showing starting about Wednesday. Just
yep.
We don't want as much as I don't want to see it. We need it.
We need rain bad. All the lakes here are low.
We need a lot of rain. We need a good soaking rain, and we need about a day or two every week. That's just going to be a soaking rain.
I agree.
Get the rivers back full.
Mark says it's 44 there. I believe he's up in Iowa. So he should be a little cooler than the rest of us.
Well, the weather's it's gonna get cooler. I'm getting ready to take a little bit of a break from fishing here in about another week or so.
Yeah, you going deer hunting, ain't you?
Yeah, I'll get out there and like the one thing other than chasing these big cat that I'm super passionate about, chasing, big bucks,
I used to be.
I ain't done it in a while, but I tell you what, I took Caitlin to that hunter safety course last week, and Man, sitting there listening to them and talking about that kind of stuff kind of got me a little bit of a bug again. Now I haven't bought a hunting license this year and didn't put in for a deer tag or anything, so I probably won't do it this year, but next year we might. We'll get her in on the kids' special hunt season, you know.
That's good. Tons of good things.
Let her shoot that muzzle loader that used to be, you know, it was Dad's, and he was going to get rid of it. I was like, yeah, don't get rid of that thing. I'll take it off your hands. So I bought it from him. So.
Boy, I do. That's one of my, besides bow hunting, that's my second way favorite is muzzleloader hunting for deer.
I tell you what, I want to get me one of those 350 Legend uppers for an AR. And because we've got that rifle season in Illinois now. And as long as you only use a single shot, you know, like if you take a magazine that'll only hold one round just to feed your gun, and basically a sled, you know, then you can take and you go hunt with one. It makes it they consider it single shot at that point. So.
Oh Lord, thank God I don't live in Illinois.
Oh, man, I tell you, it's crazy over here. I'm honestly surprised that our governor even signed off on a rifle season. I can go out with a shotgun and have 3 rounds, but you know, they get silly on stuff. We need a bike.
Kind of slacked up after Jerry stunk it up for everybody.
Well, Jerry just like ruined all the other fish in this lake. Just were like, yeah, I can't beat that. So they're just staying home.
Well, we don't call him Party Pooping Parker for nothing.
The only thing in this lake that would have potential to bust that would be there are flathead that big in this lake, but the odds of seeing one of those that
was a giant Jerry called.
he does it on the regular too.
Yeah, he's pretty consistent.
Yeah, we'll be laying in bed at night and trying to go to sleep, and my phone will start dinging on the nightstand there, and my wife goes, "What is that?" What do you think it is? It's freaking Parker with another pig. He's sending pictures.
Now mine is, and Christina admitted, we'll be trying to go to bed, trying to go to sleep, and the phone will sit over on my side of the bed and start dinging. It's
it's Parker.
No, on mine it's always Mark. It's always catfishing crappie because he doesn't sleep.
And so that happens to me during the day, but it's Dockery showing me crappie pictures.
Oh yeah, no, it's usually mine. It's always Mark just sending silly stuff. Every time I think about bringing that old live bluegill in and checking on him, he'll move around a little bit. So I might as well just let him sit. That's what I did that night that I caught that flathead out here.
I have something every now and then that keeps it's kind of pecking at Black Betty down there. But the thing is, I'm almost scared for her to get a fish on her because something I noticed today. Well, Sunday when we were in that keeping her toss it tournament, that's when she got pulled down the rocks and got beat up pretty bad. And last night I went to spool her up with new line, and I went through all my gear, all my boxes and stuff, and I didn't have any braid to be found anywhere because I put braid on Black Betty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, cuss me if you want to, but I do. And all I had was some 40-pound Berkeley big game, and I put that on that rod. Well, today when me and Stacia were out and I cast out, I started reeling up. I started noticing is like shavings on the line, like you're taking a razor blade and just scraping it.
Ooh.
So somewhere on there, when she got drugged down them rocks, and I haven't found it yet,
You got it.
somewhere on there is scraping that line. And I believe because when she got pulled down the rocks that day, and I had a monster fish on there. There's no doubt about it. And I came up that bank pulling that line, and man, she was bent over, and I was pulling against, trying to get that fish up there. And as soon as I turned the handle a couple of turns, it sliced that braid like you hit it with a pair of scissors. And I noticed today that it is shaving on that 40-pound Berkeley line. So somewhere on there,
Yeah, you got a nick in a
something.
line got it somewhere.
The easy way to tell if it's on a guide is to get you a Q-tip swap and go around the inside of each guide. And if it frays out on that Q-tip, you know that's the one.
I was going to say, so
that makes perfect sense. Thanks, Earl. That's a good tip.
Cotton ball, anything like that.
Anything that'll grab.
Well, my biggest nightmare right now is that rod bends over double. I go out and pick it up and start cranking that handle, and all of a sudden that line just slices in two. And I'm really worried about that.
Yeah, you're not going to be happy if that happens.
No.
Oh, I'm going to be extremely unhappy. I'll have to mute my mic for a minute.
Taking all the fun out of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is cooling off in a hurry now.
It is, man. It's getting nippy here. I'm telling you.
I went and took I had just a long sleeve shirt on up until a little while ago, and I went and I took it off and put my jacket in there. Oh, come on, take it. Put my jacket on that was in the back seat of the truck, and now I'm thinking about going and putting a hoodie on instead.
Well, I got a hoodie on right now, and it's a joke because this wind is blowing right through it.
Yeah,
that's never good.
I have a long T-sleeve shirt on and this dry fit Mad Cats deal on. That's all I got on. But I got a good coating on Catfish line, so maybe keeping the wind out.
Oh, there you go.
I have to tell you, it's pretty comfortable right here in my house.
Oh, I bet. Look at that. Come on, number 2. Two's getting messed with, but
You know, a lot of the spots that me and Stacia have been hitting lately, you carry all that gear down there, set up, you throw out the line, Stacia catches a fish in like 2 minutes, and then you're done. You know, and you can move to the next spot, same thing. It's like one hit wonder. Every spot you go to, you get one fish, and you might as well pack up and leave and go to the next spot.
Yeah.
And you catch that first fish within a few minutes. You know, same thing tonight. I threw the rods out. As soon as I threw the last rod out, it was sitting there in the basement. And right before Josh found me down there, that rod went down. And there you go, one fish, and then you're done.
Josh's going to fool around and catch that fish.
The Stacia did manage to land 2 pretty decent fish today. She had a third one on, and it got in the rocks on her. And I went over there instead of trying to let it sit and let it get loose. I tried to force it out of there. Of course, it broke the line. And she is like Dana Parker. She was swearing I did it on purpose. He John Parkered me.
Oh my gosh!
I got a small one messing with that number 2 rod. He can't. He just ain't. He pecking at it. So. I reeled down on him twice, and he started pulling like he wanted to go, and he just didn't take it.
Yes, it would, Jody. It would make a good short.
Heard a giant splash just across the neck from it. It's got to be one of those. Got to be that beaver that swam past.
Beaver tails make a lot of noise.
Yeah, they do. They'll scare the heck out of you too. They'd be all quiet out, and they'll slap. I think they do it deliberate.
And they do it night or day. They don't care.
Oh yeah, when we were kids growing up, me and my brothers used to take the John boat. We'd go hit the ditches and stuff close to home, and go down there and gig frogs and stuff at night. And those beavers would swim right up against the side of the boat and slap their tail, splash water on you, would scare the crap out of you. You'd never even see them. They would swim right up beside the boat and slap their tail. And I've always believed it's like a territorial thing. You had that John boat in their water, and they didn't like that.
Oh, I'm sure that's right.
Yeah, I believe that. All right, there we go. We upgraded. I left the coat on and threw on a Monster Rod Holder's hoodie on top of it.
Y'all just delicate.
That's
If it gets much colder, I'm gonna set this whole bank on fire.
Caitlin asked when we got out here, she said, "Dad, are we going to start a fire?" And I'm like, "No, we're not going to start a fire out here tonight."
Oh,
She
I
likes-
will burn this sucker down. I'm telling you.
She likes to do that. We'll come out some places and bank fish, and we'll start us a little campfire. She gets a kick out of that. So
hey, if that's what keeps her interested.
I had to make Marcia a little campfire last night. Last Friday night on our little date night fishing trip. She got rained on. It was a heck of a good night, but she got rained on and everything, and she lost a monster too.
oh man,
She cranked down on that thing, and when that fish took off, it pulled her completely over.
Yeah, if everybody else was like catching fish hand over fist, left and right, I'd be reeling these rods in and checking these baits. But since the bite's so slow, I'm just letting them soak.
yeah, I think I'm getting pecked at, but nothing hooking up. It's kind of beginning to make me wonder if I don't have two of those thrown way too far out.
Oh yeah, getting late like this, Josh. Heck, in them candies.
Pull them in. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, pulling one in closer and see if I can't catch one that's come up here to feed.
You know, if I throw out close, I'm hooking a ton of revetment.
That's what it looked like you were fishing. You're right on a revetment, aren't you, Danny?
I'm sitting on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what it looked like.
Yep, I've got the, my rod holders are just PVC pipe on rebar, and I just drive that rebar in between those gaps in that revetment, and that's where I set up at.
Yep. You got a lawn chair?
Oh yeah.
I would too, yeah.
I will say I am getting a little soft. Forever when I'd always hit the river, I'd always sit in my bait cooler. That was my seat. But now I've gotten where I pack a little camp chair with me.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've always done that.
I have to watch it because some of those camp chairs are too hard to get in and out of.
Oh yeah, that's one of mine. Yeah, I gotta kind of almost roll out of the thing.
Danny, ever since Jerry got that 1 million view video, he's got him a Barca Launcher out there.
Hey, that video's closing on. It's almost at 2.6 now. That's closing in.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
We're gonna roll up on Tower Rock over there where he fishes a lot sometime, and there's gonna be a lazy boy recliner sitting on the bank. I guarantee you.
No, I haven't. I'm probably not fishing. I just checked them not too long ago. They ain't moved, so. I mean, there's always that chance that I am, but
Big one of them rods, a big old carp head on it, just got smacked pretty good.
and that carp works.
It does work.
There.
You
Real
made a
bloody.
you made a believer out of me on that common carp.
It's real
Hey, it's
bloody.
been the #1 bait here for about 2 months now.
That's crazy. I mean, it was Jerry and I were bumping down there by just down from the confluence down by Wycliffe, and they would eat that skipjack. But man, Jerry put a big old hunk of common carp on and caught a 30-something pound. And I stuck a hunk of that carp on there and caught a 25 pound. Made me wish we'd been using that all day.
I'll use it until that water temperature starts. Once it hits 50, then it's not as good.
Yeah.
And once that water temperature gets in the low 50s, it's pretty much shad and Lyle, cover your ears, chicken.
No.
Once that water cools off, we move into shad season.
That's right.
Yeah, wintertime here, shad, 100%.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Greg Burgess.
And they don't have to be big shad either.
No,
back in it was back in February of this year. That day, me and Richard Cluck went out on his boat, and man, we had it. Well, you and Jerry were there. You guys, that's the day you guys were catching all those drums.
Yeah.
And then we were throwing 3-inch shad, and we were filling that boat up. Man, we had 2 triples, and at one time a quadruple, but we didn't realize it. We had 4 fish on at the same time, and they were hitting 3-inch shad, but they wouldn't touch the skipjack, they wouldn't touch the carp, they wouldn't touch the chicken, but them little 3-inch shad, they were just lighting them up.
We had Heath and I were fishing the Mississippi. We were anchored up behind a wing dike one time, and we'd been out there all day. You'd get a bite or two, but nothing would hook up. And I finally took and said, I'm going to put one of these little bitty 3-inch shad on there. I put it on their hole.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to just catch a fish today. And so I tossed that thing out there, and it probably set for 5 or 10 minutes. And I was at the back of the boat, facing the front of the boat, talking to Heath. And he started just like hyperventilating and pointing. And good night, Jody.
Night, Jody.
But he was hyperventilating, and I turned around, and it was a 44, almost 45-pound blue.
Yeah.
That little 3-inch shad.
Yeah, that day that me and Richard went out, that back in February, we were doing that. Man, I tell you what, that was probably one of my funnest days of fishing I've had in a long time. That's the day Richard landed that 55-pounder. I landed a 43. We boated, God, I don't know how many 30-pounders, but we went out catching 18 fish that day.
I remember that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. Yeah, we tripled up twice now. Twice.
That's when Jerry, that was on the Winter Blues day, because that's whenever Jerry and we got done with Winter Blues that day. We went up in that hot water chute and just sat there catching drum.
And it wasn't just your average drum. I mean, these were some tank fire drums.
Yeah, they were huge. I remember.
I mean, hell, every one of them was
like
10 pounds or bigger. We had every live well in my boat full.
Oh my God. Well, we didn't realize how many we had until we got back to your house, and we just kept pulling them out. I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck.
Oh man, it was bad, but they tasted good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys better stop. You're gonna make Lyle start watering at the mouth over them drums.
No, you're not. I promise you won't.
You know, I mean, this is my theory on the skipjack once it gets cold. With skipjack being such an oily bait, what does oil do when it gets cold? It thickens up.
It thickens
and
up.
I don't think it allows the scent to escape, you know? Well, versus your shad, your skipjack, I'm sorry, your shad, your chicken, whatever, it's got more blood protein in the water.
Hmm?
You know? That's kind of what's been my theory with it, you know.
That's probably not too far off a base with it. I always kind of look at it as, if we're at a time of year that I could pretty easily go out and catch a skipjack, I know that blue cat can catch a skipjack.
That's right.
But if we're at the time of year where I'm going to have trouble finding one, I can only assume he's going to have trouble finding one. He's going to go off. He ain't going to want to swim all over looking for a skipjack. If he's got a bait ball full of shad, he'll just open his mouth and go through it.
You know, that kind of makes you the one. You know how stinking fast skipjack are anyway in warm weather. How fast blues or any type catfish actually is be able to catch them.
And that's the thing that takes out the whole. Oh well, you got to go. They're laid up at the bottom of a hole and blah blah blah. Now I've had about on flats in 5 and 6 mile an hour, 7 mile an hour current on the Mississippi. You ain't going to outrun that blue cat.
No.
If he wants to eat, he's going to catch it. Which
I've seen a Baldwin. I've seen schools of blue cats busting like shad, like a white bass does.
Oh man,
and chasing them.
Which you know what you got to talking about that day that we caught those drum. That was the day that I lost that anchor. I had to cut that anchor rope.
Yep.
And I still have not built me a replacement anchor for that yet. I need to do that.
Yeah, your man ought to have an anchor in the boat with him.
Well, I've got one, but I like having two.
Well, it's a good idea. I have 2 fire extinguishers in my boat.
Yeah, I think I've got 2 of those too. And I've got them in different areas of the boat. That way, if there's
Me too, one in the front, one in the back.
I've had to use one before too.
I have the same thing with knives because I have anchors in the front and the back. I have a knife in the front and the back.
I tell you what, I did that video on. It was a Short Tip Saturday video. I bought that stainless. It's an insulation knife, but that thing's serrated and it's sharper than anything.
Yep.
And I took and put that thing at the front of the boat and tied a piece of paracord to it. That way it's right there and it's not going to get away. I don't use it for cutting bait. I don't use it for cutting fishing line. That knife is there only to cut an anchor rope with.
If anything, you get that rope cut.
That's it. Yeah. Just if you have an emergency, you're going to want to get that out of there.
Well, it used to be, I think it used to be like an old rubber cleat in my boat, but it fits a knife perfect.
Oh yeah.
For my boat, and I keep a knife. I keep a knife right there by my anchor line too.
It's a great idea.
I tell you what, I've got the bait knife I'm using tonight is a big over-molded plastic handled thing that they use to cut produce with at a grocery store. And they're good knives, man. They will take a razor sharp edge and they'll hold it. I wish I could get my hands on another 2 or 3 of those, but all my friends that used to work at the grocery store, none of them work at grocery stores no more.
One of the best knives that I
is like at Dunn's. Did you see those Rapala ceramic knives sitting there?
Yeah.
Those, I've got a couple of them things. They work great for cutting up bait.
I've heard that. I've heard those things are sharp. I heard you can't sharpen one though.
No. But they hold the edge for, heck, they're only $7.
Yeah, they're cheap. I buy those ones just the old cheap stainless Rapala bait knives that are a couple bucks. And I'll throw those all over the place because if I lose one, I don't worry. It was a couple dollars. I ain't gonna get bent out of shape over it. Let's see.
Well, I got
Good night, Greg. I think we're not too far from. Unless everything just fires right up, I'm thinking around about 11:30. I'll probably call it. I got to get Caitlin home anyway, so.
Like I said, I'm probably going to be right behind Josh. Because, man, I worked 12 hours a day, and I worked Fish Lake last night, worked today, and I'm gassed.
Well, I'd stay all night, but I'm freaking cold.
I know.
Caitlin's got the right idea. She's got the blanket and huddled up in the truck.
Heck yeah.
She started. This is how good I've got her trained. She sat down. You know, we're not moving anytime any soon. She sat down in the front seat of that truck, started. I leaned it back for her. The first thing she did was reach over for that seatbelt. I'm like, honey, you don't have to wear your seatbelt in the parking lot. But it's good that she does it, because I mean I'm the first one to tell you hey, you're going to wear your seatbelt in my truck, and don't ask me why I'm not wearing mine kind of guy.
There goes Danny. He's racing down there.
Get it? Oh, he ran down to Betty too. Oh, David, I wish it was.
He's leaning, boy.
I wish it was 71 here.
Looks like he's got a fish on.
Looks like it. Oh yeah. Get it, Danny. Get it.
Get it, baby. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Now it appears to be on Betty, so we're going to watch that.
No, that ain't Betty.
Is that not Betty? No,
that's not Betty.
Betty's further down. I see. Yep, I see. Betty's further down.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good fish, looks like.
Yeah.
He's in the current, but man, he got Rod got.
Oh, he's hung up.
Oh no.
Took him into something. Oh, he just come loose. Something come loose.
Yeah.
I think he got it out.
But is the fish still on it? Is the question.
I can't.
Well, something's going on.
He dropped that down, and it swung it, and I think he got that fish up off that lead. It looks like it's fighting him.
Well, that's the same thing I had to do. That fish got me wrapped up. I hated to do it, but I had to drop the tip on him.
I don't know now.
I can't tell.
Lots of patience in it. Oh.
You got one going, Josh?
Nah, I looked up, and number 2 was bent over to the water, but he ain't no more. So,
you know, it blows my mind sometimes how a fish can double a rod like that and not hook it.
All right, he's on there, but he's got me wrapped around a rock. So I'm gonna let him sit for a minute, see if he'll come out of there.
Okay.
See, he's still jerking that rod. If you watch.
Yeah.
Watch down there. Now he can pull all he wants, but I can pull him so far, and once I get him up against that rock, I can't move him. So I'm gonna drop a ton of slack to him, hope that he runs out to that main channel and gets away from that rock. But that fish is on there.
Good deal. And that's a good thing for people that are watching. Don't be afraid to put that rod back in the rod holder. You know, and let that fish. He's hung up. If you pull on him, all you're going to end up doing is breaking your line or pull it out of his mouth. Let's see if that thing will find his way. That fish will find his way out.
A lot of times they will
come up out of there, and then he's had it. You know. I can't tell if Danny's making headway or not.
Looks to me like he is. He's reeling down and pulling back. Of course, he may, if there's some wood out there, he may be dragging wood in with it.
He might be bringing a log in with him, but with the current he's got, there ain't no telling.
That's right.
And especially with that barge making that turn, who knows what that prop wash did to all his baits if it shoved him.
And now he's got another one coming by.
Yeah, I tell you what, once that moon started its descent, our bite went away.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that, I would think that if Caitlin and I had been able to start an hour earlier tonight,
you'd probably caught a lot more fish.
It would have been absolute fire, which would have been starting about 7 o'clock, which kind of makes me wonder.
Thumbs up from Danny, but he must have come out his way.
It looks like that fish got some shoulders on him too.
Looks like a good one.
So yeah, if they're going to bite about the 7 to 8 o'clock hour, I might have to come out here on. What the heck's he got going on?
I don't know. Another line or something maybe in it?
Oh, I want to see. Avid's gonna slap me. This would be a good catfish. It's like what to do if. Yeah, David, you're right. And I've actually been talking to Danny. I wanted to get Danny on and talk about bank fishing because
Oh, pretty good size fish.
that thing's got
Nice fish. Not Jerry Parker size, but
Woo!
good
good.
job,
Sometimes
Danny.
you just got to be patient and let them run in them rocks and let them come out of there. Hey, you want to see a pretty little flathead?
I thought that was a flathead.
Would it come out?
I thought it looked like a flathead.
Well, when he first pulled it up off the bank, I thought it looked yellow.
Yeah.
There we go. You know what that means, Lyle?
What's that?
We have hit the hat trick on this live.
That's right.
There, baby.
Channel
Look at
blue
the color on that thing.
Ah, there's
Yeah, pretty.
heck yeah.
Gorgeous.
But he dove down in them rocks and he locked that rod up. And I dropped a bunch of slack to him. And I tried to reel down him again. He went right back to that rock. I dropped more slack to him again. He ran out. And when he did, boom, we got him.
Oh yeah.
Nice work, Danny.
Good job,
Thank
Danny.
you.
Yes, sir. Good one.
Sometimes you just got to stay cool. That's really hard for me to do because I'm kind of hyper.
Really? Could have fooled me.
No.
Oop.
He's not a monster, but he's a beautiful fish at 12.15 on that one.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
So we've
Yeah,
had
he
a
came
channel. We've had a channel, a flat, and a blue. All 10 pounds are over tonight.
Right there, baby.
Beautiful
Oh, you're
fish.
pretty. Let's get you turned loose.
Beautiful fish. I've got something visiting that second rod of mine that just keeps tapping at it, but it don't.
And there's the release.
That's another good one. You notice Danny didn't keep that fish out of water very long.
No, he didn't.
He got it. He got his picture, showed it off, got his weight, and he got that thing back. He made a priority of getting that thing back.
Yep. Good
I'm
job,
not
Dan.
cold anymore.
Great job, Danny.
Matt
That
Minson.
got the old blood pressure up a little bit.
Man, I'd like to know where this guy put in. There's a dang boat running up in the middle of the river.
Wow.
I wonder if it's. I wonder if Grand Tower's up enough you can get a boat in the water yet.
Well, he came from past Grand Tower. He came in way downriver. He's running but there is a boat ramp over here. It's a private boat ramp, Wittenberg. So I'm kind of curious if he's going to go into there.
Yeah.
If not, he's going to have to run all the way up to 76, which is my home place. Old home
Hey,
place.
Jerry,
Yes, sir.
do you recognize that red hook right there?
Yes, sir.
Good night, Evan.
Night, Evan.
We're not too far from it. We're about 15 more minutes, and we're going to start looking at shutting her down. I don't want to.
That would be the red river cat's tackle hook.
We
That
got.
is what that is.
I got one messing with
will,
him,
Evan.
but I don't know that he's going to hook up.
Yeah, I've got one messing with one of them big old carpet.
And that old live bluegill of mine ain't moved in a long time, so kind of beginning to wonder if he ain't dead.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but as I was reeling that in, coming up the line, there was a big old stick of water on limbs and stuff that was wrapped around the line. I had to stop reeling that fish.
Okay, that's
Reach out
what
there
we were.
and get that crap off of the line. And then whenever I went to reel him up again, he had got under another rock about 30 feet off the shoreline. I dropped the rod to him and tipped it down to him and gave him a second, and I felt him swim out, and that's when I knew I had him.
Well, we saw you stop and kind of pause. We didn't know if you'd gotten into another line or what had gone on. So.
No, there was a bunch of sticks wrapped around the line hanging above the water, and I had to get them off there.
Oh, I'm gonna sit back down. I might regret it.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, with the way the temperatures have been dropping lately, I'm still kind of surprised to get a flathead right now. Because man, it don't take much of a temperature drop for them to shut down around here.
That's true. They do though. They have that one last go round every fall. It seems like where they just go crazy.
Yeah.
This is David Smith says, "Well, I'm glad I got to see some good fish tonight because our football team sucked."
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty dang good night on everybody's part.
Yeah,
Right. Sure is.
Yeah, Parker catches the monsters, I catch the cute ones.
there we go.
Ain't he cute?
Man, I was sitting here that one night, or sitting not here, but back fishing on this lake that one night, playing on my tablet. I think I was watching. I think Danny Stone might have been live. I think I might have been watching Danny, and looked up and one rod just completely doubled over. Night, hon. See, Christina's going to bed.
Night, sweetheart.
Night, young boy. We're going to take and give it about 15 minutes, and we're going to round it out. I've got, like I said, I got one fish that's kind of nipping at it. At this point, I can't say I don't have a crawdad down there messing with it.
Oh, you catch a crawdad, I'll trade you 3 shad for him.
I've got a crawdad trap. I need to go. I've thought about going out before and setting that thing and catching up a mess of crawdads. And
Well, I'm kind of pondering about tomorrow evening, going to catch me a mess of crappie.
yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Well, you thought I was kidding a while ago, but it's surprising. You could be sitting here just kind of on the borderline shivering cold, and you hook onto a fish, and all of a sudden you're not cold anymore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just warms you right up.
Well, I guess Dockery's back to full force. He's been posting crappie pretty regular now.
Yeah, he has been. He's been really getting on.
Come on, take it.
Well, I'm gonna get this rod right back out there.
Come on, fish. You got I'm going to tell you got 2 minutes just to wake you up.
Hey, Josh, I'm going to cut out of here. You guys have a good evening.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you.
Have a good one, buddy.
No problem.
Helping us out there.
I got to go get me something to drink and take some pills, and I'll finish watching with you.
Sound like a plan. Thank you, Lyle.
All right, guys.
Well,
We'll
good
talk to you
night,
tomorrow.
Lyle. It was great seeing you, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll see what we. Well, Jerry probably caught the fish of the night. I don't think any of us in the last 10 minutes here are going to beat that. Not saying it can't happen, but
Exactly.
Man, we got out here and I realized I hadn't brought a thing to drink.
I got my bottle when I went and got that last carp. I had a Mountain Dew up there. 'Cause, man, like I said, I'm running on fumes right now.
Yeah, I said there's a gas station up the road whenever we leave, provided they're still open. I don't know how late they stay open, but if they're open, I'm gonna go in and get me a Gatorade or something.
Well, that's the problem. Like in between here and home, it takes me a good 35, 40 minutes to get home here. There ain't a gas station one.
Oh man.
But like I said, I mean, I was so dang tired. Like when you messaged me, when you called me, I was so dang tired, and I was like on the fence about even coming out. But I was like, man, I know the bite's on.
Oh yeah.
So.
We almost went down to Metropolis. We almost drove down there, but then the only thing that kept us from doing it was I saw a thing. They're having that reenactment down at Fort Massac this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so that's going to be. I mean, even though that thing only runs during the day, those people are still there. They camp and everything else. That's got to be noisy.
Well, that campground over here across the river here, Grand Tire.
Yeah.
Man, there for a while. I mean, they were getting pretty rowdy over there.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they closed that campground down.
No, let's see, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 6 or 7 RVs and a couple
Oh, wow.
tents.
No, I thought they closed that thing down. I'll be right back.
Danny, I need to get you up here fishing with me, buddy.
Man, I gotta make my way up there. I'm going to real soon, I guarantee it. But the job I work now, man, my schedule is so freaking tight. They don't cut me much time off. They don't. I don't have that luxury anymore.
Mm. I tell you what, time off is worth more than money.
Well, I used to get 240 hours a year accumulated vacation time.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if I use up a week, it would build back up after a period of time.
Right.
But
yeah.
You maxed out at 240. You maxed out at 240 hours because you build up time as the year progresses.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how ours is.
Yeah, but once you hit 240 hours, if you don't take your vacation, you're not accumulating any time.
See,
ours
will
have to take vacation quite often just to keep our hours right.
Ours will keep it. We can hold up to 240. We can accumulate, like if you start out January 1st with 240, you'll keep accumulating, but that's all use or lose. If you haven't used it by the end of the last pay period of the year, you donate that back. Yeah, it's gone. So.
Yep. And they used to, they would like pay you for the hours you didn't use, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, ours is just gone.
Yep, mine too. But with this new job I got, we get 2 weeks a year off, and they set the time. You get you get a week off on the July 4th week, and you get a week off in Christmas.
Oh,
that's
man.
it.
Yeah, that sucks.
That does. I mean,
you can take off any other time you want, but it's an unpaid vacation.
Ugh. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Well, that's what I got now. So I'm really, really picky about where I use my time at.
Yeah, we get like I get 6 hours of annual leave, which is like vacation time. I get 6 hours of annual leave every pay period. And every pay period I get 4 hours of sick leave. Now here in a few years, I'll bump up to the next tier and I'll get 8 hours of annual leave every pay period. And we're not.
Yeah, and the job I work now, they don't have sick leave. I used to have paid sick leave. Now here's the thing: I gave up a lot whenever I lost that job. With the vacation time, the sick leave, and they even gave you 3 days personal every year.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? To me, getting away from all the politics and the bull crap, it was a sacrifice that I just really,
That's,
you know,
yeah.
it was worth it. It was worth it.
No, I know how that is. I worked, you know, I started my career working for the county, and you know, I got X number of vacation days every year. They gave us 3 personal days, and my God, we had holidays. It was
Oh yeah.
election day was a holiday. We had 20 something holidays a year, and we could carry up to 200 hours of comp on top of everything else. But 10 years, you know, after doing that for 10 years, it was so political. I was like, I gotta get out of that.
Oh yeah. It made the job just, man, it was just unbearable, miserable. You were just miserable. You dreaded going to work every day.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it reached the point where I finally, I ended up, I took a small pay cut to leave, but I got out and was happier. And of course, you know, it all worked out. Now I'm doing better than what I would have been doing there. But it took almost 10 years to catch
yeah,
back up.
yeah. You know, say I know politics are a necessary evil, but when you're working a job where it's basically in your face every single day, and you've got no choice but to deal with it, you get sick of it real quick.
Oh, you know, it's bad enough you're working a public safety job. You got enough stuff anymore that to worry about, and then
Yeah.
you throw the politics on top of it. And it's like, no, we're not gonna mess with this. I'm gonna step down to the edge of the water and dump these last couple bluegill. They're still alive. I'm gonna let them. I got 3 live little bluegills in there, and then I'm gonna let swim because they.
Look at there, you wound up with more bait than you needed, and you were worried about not having
I
enough
was
bait.
worried about not having enough. It ended up. I mean, if Caitlin had been able to hang and stay awake, I know we'd have run out of bait. But
There you go.
let's take this down here real quick.
Did Parker just yell fish on?
No.
Oh, I thought he did.
Oh, I did too.
And I'm almost glad my wife already logged out of YouTube. She we had this plastic bin, this plastic tote, and I told her she was going to donate some stuff, and I told her just to give them the bin and all, let them keep it. And she didn't. And I opened the tailgate of my truck tonight, and that thing was in the bed of my truck. Well, when we caught that bait, I didn't have a bucket in the truck to put that bait in, so I just tucked that plastic bin in the water and filled it about a third of the way full, and it kept those shad and bluegill alive all night. No air, no nothing.
Are
That's
you
the one
serious?
thing.
Man, I tell you what, I don't care what I do. I cannot keep a shad alive to save my life. I can't.
I very seldom. This is one of the first times that I've ever successfully done that. I swear, I think it was Chris Souders a few years ago at CatCon said that from the moment a shad is born, it is looking for a way to die.
Right.
And I don't think Chris is wrong about that.
Yeah. I mean, I've kept a few alive in an aerated bait tank in cold parts of the year in the wintertime.
Yes.
But man, in the summertime, I don't care.
Oh,
what you do.
summertime, forget it. Throw them on ice and be done with them.
Yep, that's what I did today. I mean, me and Station went out, I threw it in net, and we caught, like I said, I got like 40 of those shad like I showed earlier in the show. And you had the bait tank back there with the new bubbler going and everything. And I started throwing them in the cooler with the ice, and she goes, well, what are you putting them in there for? I said, because they are not going to live in that aerated tank, I'm telling you. And I had like 25 big bluegill. I'm talking about eater-sized bluegill that I caught, and I put them in the aerated tank. Well, I forgot to put new batteries in that bubbler, And we got over here, and as soon as I went to look in the bait tank, I was like, "You ain't gonna believe this." So I said, "Every one of these bluegill are dead." I said, "Oh my god!"
That bluegill was still alive.
You know, at that point, I said, "I wish I would have thrown those bluegill on ice because I would have took them home, cleaned them, and ate them." Actually,
Oh yeah.
no, they're gonna be raccoon food now.
I just pulled in that. I just pulled that live bluegill in. I'm starting to pull rods in now, and oh, she is still in here. Thought she was getting out of here. Well, good job keeping that plastic bin in there. It made a good live well tonight. But
Saved the day.
yep. But yeah, they had. I pulled that live bluegill in, and he was still alive and kicking. So I took the hook out of him and let him go. He swam off. So I'm gonna bring.
Josh, was it last year when we did ball when you had caught that carp and I throwing at it, ran or something?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was at the Baldwin Bash this past year, like New Year's Eve or something.
Yeah.
And I caught that fish 2 days prior, and he had been in the cooler on ice. He'd not even been in water. And we got out there and opened that cooler, and he was kind of kicking, and we finally decided just to let him go. Well, he hung out there. We tossed him in the water, and he hung out there at the water for at least an hour or two without moving, and we finally bumped him with a rod, and he swam off.
I remember that. That was so cool, man.
That was crazy. That fish had been alive and out of water for 2 days. I think that fish earned his right to swim away that day.
Oh, absolutely.
Carbon goldfish are just, I mean,
that has to be as close as a fish can come to a near-death experience, you know.
Now, I will say I've caught like bowfin before, and I tossed them up in the bank or something and meant to release them, but forget about it and come back in the summertime, you know, 100 degrees, and dang thing still be breathing next day.
Now, they've got, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought a bowfin kind of has like a rudimentary lung.
They have,
They do.
They
They
have
do.
it functioning like a air bladder that, you know.
Yeah, they can gulp in air and actually stay alive.
Yeah, like I said, some of the roadside ditches, like where I've been stopping to catch bait, they're drying up, and there's like where you see a culvert pipe dumping into that ditch, it'll waller out a huge hole there. Well, that's where I've been throwing my cast net and catching these carp and shad and stuff. But we came up on one the other day, and it was a whole school of fish, and we saw their mouths out of the water, and I thought it was catfish at first. And I got to looking, and it was freaking bowfin. I mean, there were like hundreds of them in this stagnant, hot pool.
Oh, man.
You know there was no oxygen in that water at all, because there were dead fish floating all along the bank because the oxygen had been depleted.
Gone, yeah.
But those bowfin were swimming around just gulping air, doing just fine.
We have that spot that we like to fish on the Big Muddy, and you know, if it's flowing good, you can catch some real nice blue cats up there. They'll come up and go crazy. But when that flow stops, forget it. And about the only thing you're going to catch, you go out there, you'll catch bowfin. You'll catch bowfin all day long out there.
Yep.
Because it's the only thing hanging out in that water that's so stagnant.
Well, when there ain't nothing else hitting, they are fun to catch, you know. Especially when you catch one bass tackle.
Oh, yeah, man. They fight like crazy. I've had them jump out of the water, do flips and twists and turns.
Oh, yeah. That bottom ground, I crappie fish there a lot in the spring and ditches. And it's like a never fail. Every trip you're hooking to 1 or 2 bowfin on a big old long crappie rod, and man, it gets fun.
Oh man, I tell you what, the first bowfin I ever caught in my life, I was out here at Crab Orchard. I had a little 14-foot john boat. I had just got that thing where I could take it out. And we went out and put that thing in the water, and I was going around. I didn't even have a depth finder on it yet. We were fishing at about maybe 2 feet of water tops. And I was going around just throwing a spinner bait, and something smoked that spinner bait. And I got that thing reeled in. and it was I pulled that in. I'm like, what the heck have I got? And so managed to get it in the boat. It had destroyed that spinnerbait, and took a few pictures with it. Let it go because I'm thinking, man, this thing looks prehistoric. I've caught something rare, and let that thing go. We got back to the boat ramp later that day. It's the only fish we caught. Got back to the boat ramp. There was an old man fishing, and he had asked me if I'd done any good. And I said, I caught one fish. He goes, oh, what'd you catch? And I said, I have no clue. I said, it looked like something that was a dinosaur. And he's like, okay. And I said, I got a picture of it. If you can tell me what it is, I said, it'll help me. And he's like, oh, he goes, that's an old bowfin. That's a grinnell. He goes, what'd you do with that? I said, I let him go. And he's like, oh, son, don't do that. He goes, pitch him up on the bank. I said, no, so we ain't doing that.
I know a few folks, they really like eating them.
I ain't eating one of those nasty things.
Man, here's the thing. If you catch it, clean it, cook it, they're not bad. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy about wanting to eat a bowfin.
Dad said they make
you freeze them and thaw them out. Do you remember that when you was in school in kindergarten, they had the little jars of paste?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what you're eating when you eat a bowfin that's been frozen.
Yeah, but Dad said my dad cook about anything, and the good thing is that if Dad cooks it, it's probably going to be edible. And he said he's made fish patties out of them before, like you would like a salmon patty or something. And he said they're not bad, but he's like, he goes, I'm not going to go out and try to catch them because I want to eat bowfin.
No. But you're talking about the fish cakes. Growing up, we used to go out and gig carp, and Mom would pressure cook those carp, and she'd make fish cakes out of those carp. And I'm telling you, it was some of the best fish cakes you ever had.
Oh yeah, we do that with the red horse suckers here in these creeks. We'll do that. We'll grind them up and patty them up. Oh, they're amazing.
Oh man, we had we'd have salmon patties when I was growing up, and then salmon got expensive, So so we started Mom would make those with tuna instead of salmon. And I ain't had a tuna patty or a salmon patty in probably every bit of 30 years or more.
The jack mackerel you can get in cans?
Yeah.
Yep, those are good.
Man, you take 2 eggs, mustard, and croutons, like seasoned croutons, crush them up in some crackers, and put a little seasoning, pat them up and fry them. Woo-wee.
Oh, yeah, that's the way we used to do them.
Man, that sounds pretty good. Well, guys, it's about 11:40 now. We've run a little over what I thought I was going to.
I think I'm going to reel her up. I'm freaking dog tired.
Yep, I think we're going to do the same. We still got about 25 people watching. I appreciate everybody that's hung out with us tonight. And saw some new names in chat, which was awesome. And would appreciate anybody if you haven't hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. It's been a pretty good night. Been some awesome fish caught tonight. I'll go back sometime, probably tomorrow, and put the timestamps in the description. That way, people can go back and find the fish. So, but
I'll get you a picture sometime tomorrow, Josh.
Yeah, both of you need to get me pictures for the bragging board. So,
absolutely.
So we'll do that. And everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you all Monday night on Catfish Weekly, 7 p.m. We're going to end the stream now and get everything buttoned up and get little girl home, because I just checked on her a minute ago. She is out. So,
well, I ain't far behind her.
No, I ain't either. So I'm gonna go home and probably ain't too far behind getting to bed. So, Danny and Jerry, thank you for making a fun night tonight. You guys.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate you letting us hang out with you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, buddy.
So we'll talk to you all after a while. See you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.